Well, it's Monday already. Monday. Come. Oh, wait. Wrong friggin' thing. Wait, no, what? Oh, yeah, no, it is. We are on the right thing. There we go. I thought I was recording for a second. Anyway, hello, everyone. Not streaming. Hope we're all doing all right. We're going to be having a bit of, well, I said yesterday on yesterday's stream that I'd give you some choices as to what we'd do. I kind of think I know what I want to do, though. So, we'll see. Alodis, welcome back. Wow, I just opened my laptop as I got home, and here I am. Nice. Guybro, welcome. Rim, Scree, Yggdrasil, Dotsty, Filmer, look at you guys. Dark Sigma. I'm actually well happy that you're all here, like, instantly, like, ready to go. The Michaels, 34. Look at this. Pretty hype, guys. So, yeah, yesterday, we did beat the Merciless challenge. We completed it. We slammed it out. It was pretty fun. And so the question now is, where do we go from here? And I think I lost a little bit of perspective. I think the perspective that I lost was acknowledging that obviously some classes are easy mode, some classes are hard mode. And like, I know that. And, you know, if I look at my old challenge rules, I had like those special rules for being with the ranged, like I had a ranged medal, so if you beat the game without using any ranged skills, you could get that medal. I had the pet medal. If you could beat the game without doing any AI, you'd get that medal and stuff. You know, these are things I understood. And then what we've done here is we tried to make a really, oh god, I'm yawning, sorry. We made a really difficult version of the game, and then we took the easiest path through it. Now, to be fair, I let you guys vote on all this stuff, and eventually we got to Ranger, and we went with that. But we beat it, but I don't know why that should sort of just end it now. So I'm wondering if we should just keep going with Do the Impossible, Merciless. Keep going with the Tome version. And maybe, you know, just pick another class, a challenging class. I particularly really want to play Thief. So, I don't know. I know some of you want to see further Heart of Thorns stuff, and I appreciate that. But I just don't really care about doing that very much right now. I don't know. I just don't. So I think today we'll play the Thief and we'll see how that goes, and you can have lots of votes and stuff on that. But at the end of the day, I could say, oh, chat wants to do Heart of Thorns, so we'll do that. But if I'm not really having too much fun with it, then I'm not, you know, it's not going to be good. So I think I will go for Thief. Or Mesmer's another choice, yeah, but Mesmer, I'm really put off by Mesmer because I just feel like it would be epically slow. Mesmer's had some good reshuffles with its trait lines and things, though, specifically illusions, superiority complex. That new Grandmaster's kind of nice. The other new Grandmaster, or retooling of the Grandmaster that gives your phantasms more and more damage. They ramp up. I am curious how that all looks and feels and works. I'm wondering whether a phantasm illusion-based Mesmer could do well on the challenge. So these are ideas, definitely. Maybe even Mesmer, but I just, what scares me about Mesmer is that it's slow. Mesmer would be quite flighty as well, I think, the way that I'd end up playing it. I think it'd be kind of stealth-oriented and stuff. Yeah, Broiled Quaggan, I saw you spamming that question. I was looking back at the VOD and looking at chat yesterday after the stream was over. I saw you asking that over and over and over again, and I missed it. I have already answered that question the day that we changed it. I can't quite remember the full discussion, but basically, when I removed that rule, I did it fully appreciating and knowing that that's my characters had died in the open world areas. And the point isn't that there's no challenge in the open world stuff. It's just that, what was it? There was a very real reason for doing it. It was something like the deaths were cheesy, maybe. I know, the only one I can think of right now was that swamp death. Hold on, well, let's have a look at the graveyard. Let's see here. What have we got? Kessex Hills to the Toxic Alliance, yeah. Plains of Ashford. The Charm Mesmer, oh, died really early, right? Basically, I just wasn't happy with how slow it was running. The series, it was just going so slow. And there was just constantly looking at Kessex Hills and stuff. You know, we had a, what was it, a 12-hour run there to get that Ranger through. This next one, you know, could be way, way, way longer. Yeah, I know that the NG's missing Rain Pumpkin, I know. Wait, the NG to the Asura LA lab? No, that's the old challenge. They're not on this graveyard. That was like one of the earliest deaths we ever had. That was after the Sylvari that died in the grave. But that was years ago. That, well, for some reason I don't like saying that was years ago. It was a while ago. It was technically like 2 years ago, but there you go. The one that's actually missing is, oh, Yeah, the Asura LA lab. It wasn't really a lab, was it? It was just a mansion. But LA Lion's Arch. Sorry, for some reason I thought you meant Metrica, and I thought you meant the Asuran laboratory in Metrica, which was an engineer that died years ago. But no, you are talking about Lion's Arch because you've written at LA there. It's not a lab though, was it? Yeah. Yeah, she's not here. You're right about that. The one on the gravestone on the right, which we can add at some point. I actually want the graphics to be updated. I don't know. If anyone's vaguely good at art, I will pay someone 400 gems if they want to. I mean, I really should set this up as an official bounty thing. I'm being deadly serious here. If anybody wants to just make some new rule pages, that remember, the album already on Imgur you can have a look at. All you got to do is, if somebody remakes those, fixes the spelling mistake, adds the rule about the tomes to skip open world or whatever for the current version that we're playing, and, you know, wants to do some nice little art or whatever for it, I'll pay 400 gems to anyone who does that. I'd kind of like to update those as we move into 1.3 or whatever. But yeah, the idea, back to the idea of skipping open worlds. I know it was just boring me. What can I say? We'd have to look back at the... Yeah, I remember what it was. The engineer did open world and grinded through it for ages, and it's just boring. There was just nothing going on. It was just long periods of downtime. The leveling is not fast enough. If there was some cheesy, interesting way of leveling really quickly, like through griffin gliding or something, and then if it was dex-based and stuff, I think that would be really cool. And I like the idea of rooting for that kind of stuff, but I just don't know the strategy right now. So yeah, I wanted to do the tome one, and I had more fun with the tome one. It wasn't about making it easier. It was about getting to the interesting stuff quicker. It is an interesting thought, though, that open world might be deadlier than the personal story instances. I mean, how fascinating is that to think of? The open world is the harder part of the game. Which the deaths on the graveyard seem to demonstrate as true. Would you ever consider looking at another guild's guild hall on stream? No, not really. I know that people do impressive stuff in them, but I don't really feel any connection to it. I think it'd be a bit boring. The graveyard reminds you of Darkest Dungeon. It's actually from the game Grimrock. I don't need anyone to make a new graveyard, but these basically, the thing that says no heal and now that says level appropriate, those, I'd love sort of new versions of those that I didn't make in 2 seconds myself in Vegas. Broiled says, all my Merciless attempts have died in the open world too. I mean, it is interesting. I think it's because there's more variance in open world. Basically, the devs were quite controlled about the personal story instances. And so there's not too much variance. There's a couple of broken, weird moments, like the bit on the beach at the Fall of Claw Island, right? That's like a weird bit that's clearly tuned poorly, but they've actually paid attention, so it's consistent there. It's consistently easy, but it's consistent. The open world isn't consistent because it's like there's all these random updates that have flown around there, like the Toxic Alliance being added, and like dynamic events scaling quite high, and I don't know, like... I don't know, something about escape routes, and I don't know. I think is also... I think it's because you try hard in story instances. It could be that too, yeah. It could be that I underestimate open world, and I'm really focused in the instances. It is interesting. This next run will be another tome run, though. I don't want to do open world again. Why do you think ArenaNet nerfed Elementalists and SPVP when they were already doing pretty poorly? I don't think that at all. Not on any level. But yeah, I came to realize the other day that gear is super duper important. I was doing the Griffin quest in the library on my Firebrand, and I died over and over. I switched to my Deadeye and just breezed through it. How have you narrowed that down to gear, though? I don't think that that's necessarily a gear thing. Because you're playing 2 different classes, right? If anything, what I've shown on these streams is that gear doesn't mean that much. If we essentially did that naked. I think you should have to do content in open world before each mission, like 1 level in a high level map. That seems a bit arbitrary to me, Elodus. Seems a bit arbitrary. I think we'll play Merciless on Thief here. We'll do some slight changes. One, I'm going to unequip the starting armor. I'm going to totally unequip the starting armor and see how that feels. Just to get that real naked run feel. 2, it's going to be 0 consumables. 3, it's going to be toming. We could say, should we do a no waypoint run as well? Should we disable waypoints completely? Since mounts are in the game and it sort of cleans up the rule set a little bit, we don't have to put that disclaimer that you can spend money on waypoints even though you can't spend money anywhere else. How many times have I completed this? This iteration once, yesterday. Just the once. I kind of want to get a stopwatch. Like a proper stopwatch for this run. I should have prepped a bit harder, shouldn't I? I should have prepped a bit more. What is better than XSplit? Does anyone know some actual software that I could use as a proper stopwatch? When are you going to do another Reddit/forum post analysis? Dude, that's kind of cool that you're asking about that. I enjoyed doing those. I'm a bit scared of doing those because they paint me in a very kind of holier than thou, high horsey, snarky light. And I know that's a bit of a theme with the streams, but when it's directly personally targeted at an individual on that feature, shall we say, which could be quite dangerous. I had some random guy in PvP keep spamming, "Are you winning potatoes? Are you winning potatoes?" earlier. And then they finally said, "Because I despise him." It's like, thanks for the random rudeness. But, you know, features like that probably are what gets people's ire. What about one weapon set only? That doesn't sound fun to me. That doesn't... What you want is difficulty that doesn't impact on the moment-to-moment experience of playing the game, right? And one of the biggest things that I pulled away from that is the no dodge roll thing. Because I actually think, despite the fact it's one less button, it actually adds to the moment-to-moment impact. I think that losing 5 skills is probably a bit lame, bit much for me there. WP, I'm looking for a song name on one of the titles you play at the beginning of your streams. Are you playing Path of Fire soundtrack music only? Are you talking about the Merciless intro that you're going to listen to in just a second? I don't know what that's called, actually, because I just got that off the client. It's called, like, 5633100 or something, you know, whatever. I don't know what it's called. Alright, nobody seems to know any kind of stopwatch. So what we'll do is we will not time this run. We will this run will not have a clock on it. We'll just go through and see how it's going. Alright, so yeah, there you go. I know I want to play Thief. The rest is up to you guys though. Race, gender, height, biography choices, all of that. I don't mind. So oh, sorry, a while back when POF released, I used a lot of the login screen music. I don't know. I can count out loud here in my room if you need a clock. Big ass Char Thief. Well, Flypie, we've just seen a Char, so I think Char might be boring. Actually, the 2 characters that have beaten the various runs so far have been Char, interestingly. Because the Necro was a Char as well. Goat Dropper. Make the smallest Asura possible. I'll donate $10 to make it happen. Wow. We could auction off the decisions we make. That would be cool, right? A tall male Tengu. Huh. Well, we could play a Kodan if I put the Kodan tonic in. We could do that. You can drink tonics in personal store instances, can't you? We could have a Kodan playthrough. Anyway, there's a couple of things to do. I'm just going to quickly go get my coffee. I will be 4 or 5 minutes tops. See you guys in a second. And if anybody can find a good stopwatch or give me instructions to get it, then cool. But otherwise, we won't run one. I'll be very, very shortly back. See you guys soon in a sec. Alrighty then. Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What are we talking about? The music. Someone tell me this song, says Eusty. Yeah, I don't know. You might just want to use Tyria 2D or whatever to get in there and have a ruffle around for yourself. But yeah, the Dark Sigmar's absolutely right there. The official OSTs and what you can browse on the SoundCloud and stuff usually aren't fully comprehensive. And that's quite often because a lot of music will get sort of, what's the word? Composed for the MMO that doesn't really, it's not really a full track. It's just like a supplement to a certain moment, a certain environment, a certain story beat, a certain boss fight, whatever. And like, it's not a full piece, or it's meant to be dynamically stitched onto the back or the front of a different piece as an intro and outro or whatever, so that the middle piece can go in perpetuity. Only until a certain flag in the encounter is hit will it transition one part into the other or whatever. So like, there's a lot of little bits that do slip through the cracks. If there is missing music, if you can't find that track that I've got at the start here, you should go to McLean Deemer about it. Online, literally. The guy's like a boss. He responds quite often. On Reddit, you can probably get a hold of him, and he might update the SoundCloud or whatever. I'm sure he's proud of his work and would want, if people are, you know, hounding him for more of it, then, you know, they'd put it. Please make me a baked potato cooking tutorial. I feel so hungry. All right, so you get your big baked potato, wash it, obviously get the mud off of it and stuff. Stab it a few times with a fork. And then while it's still wet, coat it in salt. Yeah, so it's got salt around it. What that's going to do is really crisp up the outside once it's done. Then what you're going to do is throw it in an oven for quite a while. Like, if it's a big potato, like 45 minutes at like 180, 200, something like that. Before finally pulling it out. Cut into it with a cross shape at the top, a little bit more lengthwise. You know, along the length of the potato. Take the four corners under your fingers quickly, because it'll be very hot. It'll burn your fingertips. Press them together so it all squidges together into like a cross shape, and it all squeezes out just a little bit. And then pull it apart. Butter in there, and then whatever you're filling. Beans, cheese, tuna, chili, whatever. Baked potato, baby. Yeah, you can wrap it in foil too. That's another thing, definitely. WP's guide to making a baked potato. Get a baked potato. Well, that's before it's cooked. What? Oh, yeah, you want a guide on how to farm potatoes, do you? All right, so buy some potato seeds. I'll tell you what, I actually, when I was a kid, did try to grow potatoes in the bottom of my garden, and they didn't really go anywhere. That's actually an amazing memory. Wow, I haven't thought about that for years. You know how everything feels really big when you're a kid, and then really small when you're an adult? You go back, you realize, oh, this room's tiny, blah, blah, blah. You know, you go back to a childhood house or whatever. We had a garden, right? And as a kid, the garden seemed really big, but I know for a fact as an adult looking back at it, it's not that big of a garden, really. So it's a small garden. Now, when I was a kid, we had a vegetable patch, and the only place my parents allowed me to have my little vegetable patch, along with one of my brothers, was behind a shed at the very foot of the garden. Behind a shed, like in a gap between the back of a shed and like the far garden wall, which was my neighbor's, right? So like, as a kid, that felt like a small little cubby hole. As a kid, I knew that there was a little area, but it was significant enough that I could dig a hole and plant some seeds and things. That's amazing to think of now, though, because I know as an adult, that was like a tiny, pathetic little, like, slit of the garden that I was trying to grow stuff in. Jesus. If you have to grow your own potato, that is not a 30-minute meal. Alright, anyway. Let me take this off. I'm quite hot. Costage, it's good to see you. I'd actually be okay with the Guild Wars 2 narrative integrating the leather crisis and potato bubble into the plot as market manipulation by the shady consortium, and help us and us trying to help Evan set things right again. That would be kind of funny. Is this a follow-up on the concrete discussion? Yeah, all these things. Right, okay, so I haven't really had a chance to PvP too much between today and yesterday. But I do have some stuff to sort out here, so not on this character, actually. Hold on, not on this character. Right, so Drake Boy Lulz is going to get deleted, because this is my main account. It's not an alt account, this is my main account. And what we're going to do here is clean all this up and get rid of all of this. So we'll go to a bank. Which bank should we go to? Let's go back to the Black Citadel. Let's end it where we started. Lie, I saw you in PvP. I'm not lying. I said I haven't been able to PvP much. I have PvP'd, but I haven't PvP'd as much between yesterday and today as I have most days recently. It's not a lie. VR chat stream when? Why are you assuming I've even considered doing that? The hero of Tyria, Drake Boy Lulz. Indeedy Reenie. Get a sweet potato instead, put knife in it, wrap and paper towel, microwave 3 minutes, flip, another 3, slice open, put butter in, cream cheese, etc. Eat. Well, that last bit, eat, E-A-T, what does that mean? How do I do that? That bit seems quite tricky. Right, so what we do, should we open these, should we use these keys since, you know, I don't have any black line chests. Let's use the keys anyway though, why not? Let me clear some other stuff out though. So we're going to delete the unnecessary gear that we don't care about, right? So this we don't care about, this we don't care about, this we don't care about. Oh, there was an amulet here. An army badge. It's a level 80 amulet? Oh, do you get this at the end of the game, do you? That must be an end game item. Look, you can get a berserker's... If that was exotic... Well, no, I don't agree with the idea of that being exotic, but that's kind of interesting. Outrider's pants, trackless boots, Inquisitors, troopers. You might be thinking, why are you doing this, WP? Because you're just going to delete the character anyway. I'm just doing it to free up some space, so that when I click this before I deposit it later, it doesn't all flood me out, right? Because all of that stuff I do want to deposit, you see. So we wanted the headroom for that. That's fine. The hero's chest, karma. 5 spirit shards, 3 random items, not interesting. Salvage that stuff down. Done. Packed weapon container. Why do I have this whole skin set again, chat? Why do I have all of these? Why aren't these exclusive, purely only available if you complete the story? I should have to complete the story 18 times to get this full set or whatever it is. Why do I already have all of these? Because I've not done the plot that many times. Why do I have all of them? When did I get these? Over what? That's a shame. That makes that feel so useless. That's so... Oh, well. Mentor's Kit. 5 levels. Why are these called Tomes of Mentorship instead of Tomes of Knowledge? Why? Only usable under level 80. It's literally the same item. And what's this? We get 1 piece of exotic gear. All the skins I already have as well. So we'll just do that. And that. Use these Verdant Brink supplies. Actually got a ton of stuff there. I guess I'll just pop these for the spirit shard. Oh no, I can't even pop those for spirit shards. We'll use these will be 5 of the first things we use later. We'll salvage that. Hope for some ecto. Nope. Alright, that's all good then. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, that can't be sold. I'll salvage it as well then, I guess. There you go, we've got some ecto there. We'll go buy 2 Black Lion keys, and then we'll sorry, chests, and then we'll open 2 chests, see what we get out of it, and then we're basically going to delete the character, and we'll put these in the bank as well while we're at it. They're called that because they don't give spirit shards. Oh yeah, why? What's the point in that? What like weird long lost design decision led to that difference right there? What was it? Black Lion chest. 2. I'm going to keep it open though, just in case we get a free, like another one. But I haven't opened any of these over Winter's Day, so I can't imagine why. Oh, guaranteed wardrobe unlock. I'm actually saving these at the moment because when POF came out, they added a ton of like easy skins. So I don't want to use these in the moment until later. I'm really happy with that, though. That's pretty good. And then we get Glint's Winter die, and out of it we get Frostbreeze die, which we don't care about. All right, that's all right. That's not too bad. Not too shabba up. Oh, you get upgrade extractors out of them now. There's an infinite one of those now, isn't there? These bags, they're not bags of materials. They're bags of loot, which then obviously can be salvaged into materials. But I'm not opening those because I just kind of want to let them stack up, and then I'll open them on a relevant character later on. Chests are worth more than a silver? Oh, have they been going up? Have they? Hold on, let me Google this. Guild Wars 2 TP. Great website, by the way. If you're a Guild Wars player and you're remotely interested in trading post-related stuff, you should check out guildwars2tp.com. You can see the trend of prices and things for items ever since the start of the game. Looks fairly stable-ish. It looks like price has just gone up. Supply hasn't really changed. They haven't affected anything. League of Ulysses. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. All right, so what we're going to do is deposit that, deposit that, deposit that. We're going to open that. What on earth? What did I just get out of that? Snowflakes. Something else which has now been deposited. An Evan Nash Blade action figure. 5 gold. Hello. All right. I'll take that. What's this? Ugly Wall Mittens. 1 gold. Okay. We'll put those in. I really like these. I want more ways of getting those in the game. I really do like those. Upgrade extractor for later, potentially. Bank Access Express. Revive Orb. Heroic Booster. And that is him ready for deletion, I think. Isn't it? Believe so. We'll have him go out in style with a mug of eggnog. And we'll just quickly sell this junk. And then we'll go on to the new character. I could also click 80 times through this stuff, and I'm sure there's something buried in there that's worth something, but I really don't care to waste all that time. So there we go. Goodbye to Drake Boy Lols. The Balthazar worshipping ranger who rolled his face across the keyboard and beat Zaitan. You will be missed. Gonna take one look at chat here to make sure people aren't noticing something that I shouldn't delete. Sandwatch says, I need to play PvE. I can't. Why not? Why can't you? Oh man, that's a good drink there. I just gave myself hiccups trying to talk before I swallowed it. Ewendell says, Balthazar worshipping Char facepalm. Yeah. Tomes? What about the tomes? The tomes are in my account slots, so that's fine. Alright. Nobody's noticed anything. Can I just buy another character slot? Sure, but I already have a ranger on the account. I don't need one. Okay, so let's move chat down. We'll have a bit of a cleaner UI on this run then. Let's change the potato camera to potato number 2. The Half-Life potato. Who was having a fag. You don't have time. You also need to play the game more in general. That's a shame. That's a shame that even for this MMO you feel like you don't have time to play. I had a skin, did I? What kind of skin? It's not a big problem. Yeah, the next name is just as awful. Alright, so welcome guys. Welcome to Guild Wars 2 Merciless. We're going to be playing a thief here. Same rule set, almost. But we're going to be playing a thief. No waypoints at all is the new thing. Which will incorporate a bit more of that open world stuff in there, which some people have expressed an interest in. The idea here on this challenge, just to go through it all, is we're going to try and beat the game, the Elder Dragon Zaitan. But we're going to try and beat him without dying, without dodge rolling, without healing, without using any items from any other character on my account, without getting any assistance from other players of the game, and generally without eating any food, with sort of all that stuff, basically. Here's the rules. So no dodging, no armor. We're going to fully get naked this time as well. We're going to unequip the starting stuff. No heal skill. Now we can get healing benefits, like the ranger we were playing with had a signet that was passively regenerating a little bit of health. The baboon regeneration we could use. But yeah, level appropriate. We can't over level. We can't be level 80 then go back and do level 10 stuff. Even though we're downscaled, we would be significantly stronger. So walletless. Like I said, no help from anything else on the account, so that means... But not even any currencies the character itself earns we can spend. We only get for gear what the game gives us. And by gear, I mean weapons and trinkets, because you can't equip any armor. And yeah, accelerated leveling. We get tomes to just sort of skip the open world stuff, because that bores the hell out of me. And if we die, it's over. Now, this, I believe, is going to be really tricky. Thief is... well, let me actually put it this way, okay? But here's some some allowances. We can glide and we can ride mounts. And we do get aqua breathers. So that's fine. So just to quickly nip back here. Just for a second to look at class. Ranger, if Ranger is easy mode, and Necro, this is probably easy mode here. These are probably easy mode. I think probably medium difficulty. Actually, Engineer's probably easy mode as well. I know we died on an Engineer, but it was just really bad play. The entire experience was boring and slow and easy. Engineer's pretty much easy mode. So I think we've got 3 easy mode classes, probably. And then there's probably medium difficulty classes, which I would say probably Thief is one. I reckon Thief is hard in the middle of the game, but I reckon later it's probably really good. When you get Invigorating Precision and the Signet of Malice and you get to use your pistols, I think probably Thief is like a medium difficulty character. Other medium difficulty characters, I reckon probably Guardian is medium difficulty. And... maybe one of these two. And then I think the hard mode classes are Ellie, Mesmer, and one of those two. Probably Warrior more than Rev. I don't know. Because Rev gets certain allowances with the tablet, right? So yeah, I think we're going to try a medium difficulty class here. We're not straw polling for the profession, Yundle. I'm playing Thief, so I'm going to be doing that. But everything else you guys can vote on. So race... and gender and stuff. Yeah, Warrior has rifle, but it's not as good as you'd expect. The ranged options are only good as long as you got a meat shield to take aggression away from you, I think. Warrior rifle is better since the update that gives you like the roll away and stuff. Engineer's really strong. Oh, what? For the game or the challenge? So do you guys want a straw poll or do you want to do fastest finger first for race? Healing Signet is strong, but it's not particularly stronger than, like, Signet of Malice will be on Thief. Or Signet of Restoration maybe might be considered on Ellie. Alright, they all want Straw Poll. Alright, fine. It's interesting to me that you guys all want Straw Poll. Straw Poll probably lowers your chance of getting what you want. Well, I don't know, actually. Fastest finger first, one guy gets to be the dictator, right? Straw Poll, you are only worth a fraction. But here we go. Okay, so what race do you want? This will determine the first 30 levels of experience, roughly. Also, the way we are shaped and stuff. If we're going to use a Kodan tonic, I don't know if people want that. It sort of doesn't matter so much there. Also affects our early ability. So Sylvari's pretty strong because it gets an Invul and it gets the spawns, the summons and stuff. I don't know. We just played Char. We played a lot of Char. These 3 all will lead us into sort of the same area of the world, which is Brisbane and Kessex and stuff. But yeah, okay, so what race? Sylvari, Asura, Norn, Char, Human. Here's the straw poll. Best of luck to you all. What is this challenge, says Timmy Savage? Welcome to the stream, dude. If you type !rules into chat, it will ping you a link which you can click and read all about the challenge. Philanor says, Cottage, I find myself torn between ambient-like, quieter, harmonically simple background tracks and tracks with proper melodic passages. I love a bit of both. Both have their pluses and minuses. I like the mood the ambient focus tracks bring, but at the same time, there's too much to that kind of soundtrack composing already, mainly due to Hans Zimmer. Yeah, that ticking in friggin' Dunkirk. Yeah, I don't know. For games, I sort of align with you there, actually. I think that... I think if you're going to have a really significant melody, it's got to be like, I don't know, where that's usually most effective is when it's very memorable and catchy and sort of junky almost. I think these really wild high and low incorporating like orchestral tracks that you get in a lot of RPGs and things often don't work that well. You set time for votes. I cannot vote. Why can't you vote? What? Why can't you vote? I don't understand. People are voting. There's lots of votes that have come in already. Okay, so it is a very tight race between Asura and Norn. In fact, they are both at 28% right now. Both of them. So, if you want to make a difference here, you want to vote either Asura or Norn, because the others are a little bit behind, and you're not going to make any, anything. So you gotta. This is first past the post right here. You got to tactically vote now, and decide against what you would prefer, and just go for Asura or Norn. I should run another poll, right? And everyone who went Sylvari, Human, and Char get to cast instead for those two. And it keeps flipping backwards and forwards. So it's currently 38 minutes past the hour. The second I see it ticks to 39 past the hour, I'm going to stop and I'm going to see who's winning at that moment, okay? So, and that will be the victors, because it's basically tied here. And we'll see who takes it for our thief. I will note that the last thief we played was also a Norn. So that's something we've seen almost exactly before. Slightly different rule set, but we have seen it. They died to some Grawl quite early in the game. Watching the clock very closely right now. My eyes are getting a bit blurry because it looks really small down there in the corner. Christ almighty, this feels like the longest minute of my life. How long's it been? Feels like it's been easily 60 seconds already. There you go, 39. And the winners are Norn, who have smashed it now, actually. The Norn are way ahead. So there you go. They're now on 34%, while Asura is only on 29. So there you go, Norn. Norn is who we will be experiencing this on. Another Norn thief. Very creative of you, Twitch. Nice to see you innovating, doing new things. So fastest finger first, a male or female. All you have to do is type male or female. The first person in chat to tell me which, with the code also included of 41, they will be the one who determines it. 41 female from Wicktry. There you go. We're playing a Lady Norn, who's a thief. Tall or small, the first person, 66. Tall or small. And if you vote small, I will only accept it if it is spelled S-M-O-L. All right, tall was the first winner from I Am Shari. Congratulations. So we're going to play a tall female Norn. Subterfuge, determination, or anonymity. The first person, again, that was anonymity, determination, or subterfuge at 14. The code is 14. Anonymity, determination, subterfuge. In my line of work, it's important to understand the power of anonymity, determination, subterfuge. The winner was Wibble Moo, who says anonymity at 14. Trouble may follow me, but I use my charm, dignity, or ferocity to overcome it. First person with the code 77. 77. Oh, you want to make sure she's thick, do you? Alright, hold on. Let's physique. It's looking like her, isn't it? There we go. Alright, anonymity. 77 was charm. There we go. My most important quality is that I have the necessary strength to defeat ancient foes, cunning to protect the spirits, intuition to guard the mist. So strength, cunning, or intuition. My most important quality is that I have the necessary strength, cunning, or intuition. First person with the code 9. Just a 9. Just 9 on its own. Strength, cunning, intuition. Damn those curves. Oh, baby. Cunning came from Emerald Tum Tum, who has cunning to protect the spirits. At a recent celebratory moot held in Holbrook, I blacked out, I got in a fight, or I lost an heirloom. Blacked out, got in a fight, lost an heirloom. I'll give you time to type the full thing out because these are not represented by just one word, I guess. So again, blacked out, got in a fight, or lost an heirloom. And the code for that one is 3. On its own, 3. Here we go. Blacked out 3 from Arium. Lastly, when I was still a kid, I had a vision. It was the spirit of the wild. They spoke to me and they offered me their guardianship. That spirit was bear, snow leopard, wolf, or raven. Bear, snow leopard, wolf, or raven with the code 52. You need to play Nier Automata. The OST is very grand, but it's also so good. Really, the OST is going for it as well. There's nothing that sounds bad about this game. All right, so Raven. Raven, clever and wise, guides us with truths that others fear. He bestows a far-seeing clarity of mind, and in my vision, he spoke of riddles and opened my eyes to secrets that few others could see. So that was Raven right there. 52 from Ze Yakamaika. So there you go. Raven. Though trouble may overcome me, I overcome it with charm. Raven, my spirit guide, teaches that there's a time for action and a time for thought. I rely on cunning to protect myself and my allies, and yet in the past I've been careless. I've overindulged in merriment at a moot, and I woke up next morning with no memory of what I'd done. It's a mystery I must solve. This reads like so badly. Anyway, my talents lie in the arts of stealth, infiltration, and escape. I do not draw attention to myself. To guard my identity, I hide my face behind a mark of darkness. This is my story. This is so weird. What you guys have... If you actually read this passage, what kind of a character is this? A character that overindulges at merriment and a moot to the point of passing out. They're so drunk with no memory. But they also... They do not draw attention to themselves, and they hide their identity. But as an anonymous person, they overcome things with charm. Very weird. Very, very weird. Charming and anonymous. So there we have it. And lastly, guys, we get a name. So what is our character called? Yeah, a stealthy, huge, drunk person. Love it, yeah. So what is our name? The first person to tell me the character name. So I'll give you all, 10 to 20 seconds here as I speak. Think about a name that you might like. Type it out. Get it ready there. And then I'll give you the code. And then you enter the code and then press enter. The first person to get it will win. If it's an already taken name, I'll just move to the next on the list, and down, and down, and down. So here you go. Get ready. The name that I want you all to have, let's say that again. You guys get to decide the name that we will all have with the code 88. This is a typical RPG character done with one of them story and background randomizers found online. Yeah, it is. All right, so what we got here... The first, thick but dangerous from I Am Shamari here. Thick but dangerous. Oh, it went through. Oh, God. Jesus.
I am Norn, hunter of the wild, born of the free and rugged Sugar Peak Mountains. In the far north, my people fought our greatest enemy.
Oh, you can't hear it.
A dragon of frost and snow. The dragon broke our pride, but it did not break our spirit. In our last hour, we heard the voices of 4 of the spirits of the wild: bear, raven, snow leopard, wolf. They called us south, away from certain annihilation. We founded the Great Lodge of Holbrook and claimed new hunting grounds. Some say we should not fight Jormag. I say the greatest risk is to wager nothing at all. One day, a hero will lead us home, and we will break the dragon's icy grip. I weave the skein of wisdom. My cunning confounds lesser foes. Like my ancestors before me, I seek glory. One day, I will take my place among the heroes of the Norn. The spirits of the wild have given me the gifts of trickery and cleverness. I challenge the skill of my enemy. I am the predator, they are the prey. I am still untested, but already my deeds have earned me friendship and great respect. Each year, a great hunt is called in Holbrook. Only the best among us are invited to participate. I'll prove my worth with guile, collecting trophies to show my prowess. Then,
I love the music of that bit where it goes. That's the best bit of the music, always.
I relish it. Come, danger. Come, adventure. In the lodges and halls of my people, my cunning will be remembered through the ages. This is my story.
God, I love the sound of the birds and things at the end. That is really, that's probably the best cutscene that they have. I really do think that. That's such a good one for the start. I always remember that bit of the music that I was talking about there as well, where they're always the original trailer where we first heard that. That's the moment where it pans out and you see like the mountains and the trees in the Shiver Peaks, which is one of the more boring shots of the trailer. But yeah, geez, I always remember that so clearly. Really recaptures some of that early excitement about what Guild Wars 2 was going to be, hopefully. Thick but dangerous. Yeah, what a name. Jesus. You guys should be ashamed. Ewendor, I did see your message about the downsides of Nier as well. I did see that. No, there's no timer league because it was annoying and I don't have a proper stopwatch running, so yeah, we'll see with that. Alright, so we'll kill our first boss and get moving. This guy looks like a Tengu. He's an undead. Oh my god. This guy's called a Merciless hero. He's doing the Merciless challenge with us and he's playing as an awakened. Dude, you need to come back. How did he break out of combat so quick? That is really cool. I didn't... Where's this is from Istan, I guess, right? Living World Season 4. That's so badass. Oh, hold on. Did I already dodge? Because I don't have these unbound, do I? Oh. No, not A. No. There we go. No, what? Wait. A. S. There we go. Yeah, look at him here. Oh, what a lad. This looks good. There's something about the colour that he had there and the pointy hat there. Man, you make me return to Guild Wars 2 every time. It's because the start of the game is exciting. This is one of the biggest reasons why I'd love like more renewable reason to make new characters and go to PvE, because it's exciting making new characters and all the choices you get to make and stuff. Would you be gutted if ArenaNet released a Tengu combat tonic after you talked about them being a full race for so long? Not really, because there's a lot combat tonics still can't do. You can't PvP in a combat tonic. You can't ride mounts on a combat tonic. And there's other weird little arbitrary things that you can't do in combat tonics either. So I think that you can't customize this is the other really important thing. You can't customize the way that it looks, right? And I don't mean like character creation, so that is true. You know, if Tengu was a full race, there'd be all different kinds of feather colors you could have, and plumages and patterns and you know, face shapes and all that stuff, right? But also gear, right? Like in a combat tonic, you can't change the armor. You can't wear outfits in combat tonics. You can't do a lot of things. So yeah, to be honest with you, I wouldn't actually be that upset if they did it. But I'll tell you what, here's what sells the next expansion. I mentioned a bit of it yesterday, actually. Fishing as a feature. What was that other thing we were talking about? Fishing. What was the other new thing that they could add? Anyway, going to Cantha and a new race. New race. Guild Wars 2 adds new race for the first time since its release. And it's Tengu. I'm not paying attention, sorry. Oh, yeah, I can't wear armor either. Right. I'll get rid of it. Yeah, I'll get rid of it. Maybe some action camera action? I would, but that would be a bit of an arbitrary way for me to start dying. So, hold on. Let's take our armor off here. Buy anonymous mask. Buy that. Buy that. Buy that. Hello. Looking THRCC. So we can't dodge that, so I'm just going to kite out of it here. You feel like the majority of players would make fun of fishing? Don't really care. It's about getting new people in. Ricardo Lou 12 offering an incredible insight there. Well crafted. Actually fix PvP and World versus World. Hey! That's really good, dude. That's a great idea. I'm loving your ideas there. I'm loving the insights that you've brought that no one else has ever had. And the detail of your suggestion is really what strikes me. Alright, so we got our first dagger there. And we level. So, I'm going to run a straw poll now. Do you want to see this beautiful lady a little bit more? Or do you want us to run around as a Kodan? Should this be a Kodan? So what we'll do is we will do a straw poll for that, because I'm guessing people will be a bit split on it. Do you want to be a naked lady or a Kodan? The way I phrased this, can I just say, the options I've got on straw poll there, I've called it naked lady. Alright, and I know that's going to titillate you all and make you laugh. And I know that sort of we're a bit immature on this website. I might have just slanted it one way or the other there, but we'll see how people feel. So, you can do that, and then I'll get the Kodan tonic if need be. I don't have the Awakened tonic, so... There's a naked lady behind me. So, look, here's the Awakened guy. He's playing as a Kodan. So, it'll be either this or this, basically, is what we're voting on. It's amazing how tall we are. Jesus, he doesn't even look that big right now. Sorry as well, by the way. Put those to medium as well. And high shaders. Man, high shaders. Oh, no, it's fine. I thought they were going to hit the frames really hard, but we're still over 100. Yeah, you can't use the tonic on mounts. That is true. So it would be a bit fiddly for me to swap it on and off constantly. But yeah. Okay. Grip that. So let's see. Results. Okay, Kodan is at 56% and Naked Ladies at 41%. So I guess we'll go Kodan then. I'm kind of excited to do Kodan too. So Golem Banker. Endless Kodan Tonic. Let's move that down there. This obviously doesn't count as breaking the rules. Dip that up there. Okay, good. And let's go on in. Oh, it's down there actually. Alright. Whee! Bet this Griffin's enjoying this. This is so silly, though. Why does this Griffin know me? I'm just a random new character out in the world. I feel like the run would look more impressive if you didn't use the tonic to truly show you're not wearing armor. Yeah, I was thinking of that as well, actually. It's quite arbitrary, isn't it? But I get what you mean, definitely. Alright, Wild Spirits. Beautiful loading screen out here. Beautiful. Love it. Good job there. Alright. There we go. This squishy Kodan there. Oh, hi, Lily. Oh, thanks very much. Lily donated £5. Donation time. I can't think of a rhyme that would be sublime to live as a mime. Vote for Naked Lady. That's really lovely of you. Thank you very, very, very much. Since the streams are basically all I've been doing for the past 3 weeks that actually earn me anything, those little donations, I'm kind of living on them at the moment. So thank you very much. That's very, very sweet of you. My faith in that WP's audience maturity has been restored. I think in general, we've got a pretty boring, old, fuddy-duddy, lame audience, which is what I like. But when we're on Twitch, you know, the climate is a little bit in the other direction, so it's a bit of a fight. Thick but dangerous, the Kodan Lel. What's the stuff I got in the mail? So because I have the heroic edition of the game or whatever, because I bought the collector's edition way back when, and I got a big biscuit tin and stuff, they give me a heroes ban and 3 days of bank access anywhere I like by summoning a little golem friend who comes with me. He expires in 3 days, but see how I can drop this little golem down? Right back at launch, everyone had these with them. The ring is +2 to all stats, Divinity style, but sorry, Celestial style. I was thinking Divinity runes there, by the way, not the game Divinity. In theory, this might be a bit of a rule break. I guess it's Merciless, so I'll unequip that. We won't use that. It should have been thick, but with double T dangerous. Well, maybe that would have been too many characters. And also, that might push it into the realm of the devs want to ban it. I don't know. Welcome, chat. Welcome, Turtle Emoji. The Discord chat is full of tentacles at the moment. Is it? Alright, so what we got here? I hate this skill. I hate this. I hate that Twisting Fangs has become this. Do you know how awesome Twisting Fangs was in Guild Wars 1? Deep wound, bleed, double packet of damage, strong, nasty hit. Twisting Fangs was the shiz. This really hurts. There's not much I can really do either, by the way. Ow. Ek, do you want to pull your weight a little bit there, sweetheart? Wow, I feel like I'm getting hit really hard now just because I don't have that starter gear on. Do you think just equipping that starter gear did something to my defense score that buffed it up or something? What was the armor score of my ranger way back when? Or maybe it's just because we're a thief and low vitality. Sometimes your chat's mature, but it only takes a few people to run the entire chat into an elementary playground. Yeah, that's definitely basically what it is. That's true anywhere. You know, just one person being excessively memey can drag it all down. And there's no use fighting it, really. That's just sort of what it is, I think. It's not just on Twitch. It's everywhere. Yeah, Merciless Thief. I would describe this as a medium difficulty character. And the reason I'm describing it as such right now, as I understand the game right now... Oh, good. We get this. This is really nice. Improvisation might be good because we can start double throwing that stuff. The reason I describe it as that because later in the game, when we get pistol and we max out critical strikes, we might be able to get really good sustain and range damage. At which point, our only threats are reflecting mobs and me being bad. Thieves Guild can give us a little bit of respite when people aggress us too closely. That's the idea right now. We just got to defend. I mean, this is basically just an escort dynamic event, which is very fun, of course. I mean, this does really hurt. This feels good. If I was speaking purely balance and stuff, this feels good to me right now. This feels like what the game should be, I think. Scared of the hits. Don't forget, we're not dodging. If we were dodging and we were pressing the skill 6, I think that we should be about this squishy against them. I think this is a good experience. This is nice. This is a good way to start the game off. It should be a thing. You being attacked should be, you know, a thing where you take damage and you got to watch. That felt good to me. Air and these allies, they feel useful. Heart of Thorns, Merciless Man. Well, we did a bit of it yesterday on the Ranger, but I was quite honest with people today. I'm kind of bored by that idea right now, so. Was I wrong to equip 2 daggers for the story? No, you're not wrong doing what you want to do for fun. I think the only thing that's quite wrong that a lot of people do is just net deck and never try anything else, and they never learn anything else. Or people who just find one thing and then they play the entire game with that one thing. You should broaden your horizons. The game should encourage you to broaden your horizons too. But you know, if you like using what's it called? It's not Twisting Fangs, it's Death Blossom, right? I mean, that was a really cool Guild Wars 1 skill as well, and it's kind of a shadow of what it used to be. It's at least profound in some ways. We don't have to fight these, do we? Is this a joke? No, they were running. Okay. See, this feels good. Look, I'm actually scared of all these Minotaurs right now, but they're running away, so we're all right. And it's because they're threatening. I like it. Something feels good about being a Kodan here. Why? The Battle of Kylo music. Seriously. Oh. By the way, the game was way too loud yesterday. I was looking back at the VOD. The game was way too loud. And I saw one poor person, right as we were killing Zaitan, one poor person in chat said, is it me or is the game too loud? And their message just flew by really fast and nobody acknowledged it or responded to it. And I was looking back and I was like, I see it now. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was way too... Oh! Okay. Okay, so technically, I think that should be a rip run. But since it was the first instance of the game, all it literally means is I would waste 10 tomes. So I'm just going to come back in. Yggdrasil says it was honest to God perfectly fine for me. It fluctuated a lot, but around the part where we were fighting Zaitan, it was way too loud in my opinion. Well, not way too loud. Probably like 5 dB too loud, something like that. 5 to 10. No, it wasn't a DC. Basically, if you look here, you see these red diagonal lines. What these are saying is that's out of bounds because the devs never took the time to make actual areas for their the story. They just repurposed open world, right? But they never affected the geometry. So at any point you could just wander out of range. So they ended up settling for this kind of hacky system here, where you're not supposed to go outside. And if you get this message, you're leaving the instance area, return or you'll be kicked. If I keep walking into this kill zone, it will just DC me out. So what happened is, what quite often happens with the personal story, where the devs were so lazy about this, quite often it's very unintuitive and weird and like not very clear where the boundaries are. And even worse, they often exacerbate the issue by spawning threatening looking mobs out there. What happened to me there was I was fighting an enemy right on the edge, which I didn't realize. And then he charged out of bounds, and I used Steel. Steel snaps me 1200 range to a target. So you see that Raven all the way over there? I can go all the way over there. So basically, I was standing on the edge without knowing it, and then I stole to a Minotaur 1200 range away, which kicked me out. That's what happened. It wasn't a DC. It wasn't a connection issue. If Guild Wars 2 had been released later, it would have failed like WildStar. That's a really interesting thought, because the idea of it releasing later would also suggest that it has more quality to it, and it has more work put into various aspects of it, doesn't it? So what makes you think it would have failed? Look at that. What Air is doing there? That is classic barrage right there. That is Guild Wars 1 barrage. Rangers don't get that skill, but Air has it. That's interesting. We saw that on the previous character as well. I wonder why the devs got rid of it. I wouldn't say 2 dBs a lot in the audio world. It depends how meticulous you're being or what you're set up for. The world of YouTube and streaming and stuff, 2 dB is not a big deal. Because there's so much variance based on whether someone's listening with headphones versus speakers and stuff that really does affect what is a nice sounding balance. And that variance is way heavier than 2 dB. But 5 to 10 is definitely is prominent. Oh yeah, sorry, we need to go back. We need to go down up again. Guild Wars 2 releasing with fractals, raids, a decent plan for living story. Yeah, dude. Actually, it didn't need raids, though. It didn't need raids. It just needed dungeons to function as raids do. That's it. That's all it needed to be. It didn't need raids. It didn't need anything packaged as raids. It didn't need to go to 10-man. It just needed to deliver the kind of stuff that raids do in the dungeons. Ascalon Catacombs needed to feel and be structured and organized just like Spirit Veilers. Yeah? The Forsaken Thicket is. And so on. That's all. That's literally all it was. And you're absolutely right. An understanding for Ascended Gear earlier as well, because a lot of people quit. The first big quitting point, really, I believe, beyond just people getting bored because there was so little there, was the whole latching onto the Ascended conspiracy thing and all the people saying, oh, they're just going to add a gear treadmill. They're just going to keep doing it. Oh, they're lying to us. They're liars. They're liars. And of course, all those people are wrong, but it doesn't matter because they're gone anyway. So many self-satisfied, smug pricks in the community back then saying that the devs were liars and that the Ascended gear was just the start of it. There would be, you know, epic gear after that and blah, blah, blah. So many people that you could not convince in any way that they were wrong. And where are they now? They're gone. But, you know, no length of time will be enough for them. You know, if in 2 years, if, like, with the Canthan expansion or the Cogs of War expansion or whatever, the devs add epic gear, all those little people will come out of the woodworks and say, see, I told you so. I told you in 2012. Ah, now it's happened. And it would just be so... You know, the reason, the atmosphere for the game, the reason for those things happening or whatever could be completely different. The minds behind it could be completely different. It could be far more justified now, but it doesn't matter. These people will... You know, like roaches under a log of wood. It really frustrates me. You make it sound like that's a bad thing. I do believe the gear treadmill is a bad thing. Absolutely, I do. But what I'm saying is, if you... I don't know. This is sort of gatekeeping, I guess, to an extent. But I feel like people who had been with the franchise for a while and were real fans, so to speak, you know, as gross as a comment that is, people who sort of knew how to read the room... We all sort of knew why Ascended gear was being added. We saw the hole that was there in Guild Wars 2. We saw the issue that they had and what they were making, and we knew that it was sincere and that there wasn't some kind of big lying company conspiracy theory as you know, all these morons seem to believe was going on. It was obvious. But you could never convince any of them. And look, it's been 5 years now. Has there been something after Ascended gear? No. They've sort of scratched the surface of sort of a gear treadmill thing by adding stuff like Vipers and whatever. But even that, I don't think is necessarily as targeted and manipulative as some people would suggest. Royal just said something which made me have a thought that I haven't had for a long time. Maybe I'm wrong about this. It's been so long since I've thought about this now. Maybe chat can help me out here. So Royal just said legendary gear question mark, to which the obvious response is legendary gear isn't a gear grind. You don't have to go for it. It was cosmetic. The original design was cosmetic. The only reason it now has the added perk of swapping stuff is because, and being account bound as well, is because of the community itself asking for that and embracing that with open arms. Something, by the way, I have always disagreed with. So, you know, the obvious answer is no, legendary gear is not like a gear treadmill, because it's not got stat power creep on it. However, here's the interesting thing that I want your advice from here, chat. Isn't it true that at launch, legendary gear was a little bit more potent than exotic gear? Just a tiny weeny little bit, but it was. Wasn't it true? In like a tiny little superficial way, it had like a marginal boost, like a 0.05% boost or something, just like some added stuff. Isn't that true? And then later they refined it back down? Why is that in my head? And I'm talking like the first couple of months. Ewendell says no. Royal says no, but I don't really trust his opinion on the game. I don't know how long he's been playing. You'd love to see some Guild Wars 1 style high-level content. Me too, but I don't think it will ever happen. You won't find an Ergos or a Deep or whatever in this. Wasn't it like Exotic and then updated when Ascended released? No, I believe that it was like slightly better than Exotic for a little while. Why do I have that there? I don't agree on legendary gear being account bound or stat changeable or both. Hold on. I'm going to die if I'm not really careful here. I'm going to die anyway. I think it's over. Hold on. Oof. As the game was at launch, where a lot of things were soulbound, most of it was soulbound. No, I didn't agree with legendary gear going account bound. I don't agree with any of really the broad Guild Wars 2 regular push into the territory of account binding. That's sort of, I know a lot of people won't agree with me on that, but that is something that I didn't really agree with. As the game is now, with so many things account bound, well, of course, I would say, yeah, legendary gear should be account bound too, right? Obviously. You wouldn't have account bound Ascended stuff and then you go legendary and all of a sudden it's soulbound. So it's ludicrous at this point, but when the change originally went through and when the devs were first embracing all this account binding, I was very much against it. Stat swapping, even today, I think is a dangerous road that is anti-Guild Wars. I do not believe there should be anything other than cosmetic perks on that stuff. Anything that takes ridiculous grind like that. For Guild Wars, for this game as Guild Wars is, it should be cosmetically oriented stuff. It shouldn't be, you know... This is so interesting. He's like a mirror image of us. He's even using the Griffin flap at the same time. This is really creepy, guys. What is this? Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with stat swapping. I don't agree with rune swapping. I don't agree with the much requested sigil swapping on weapons. I don't agree with that stuff. I don't think it's healthy. Or at least I don't think it's what this game was supposed to be about. Now, truth be told, I don't actually mind that. I almost kind of like the idea of games that are oriented about other things, but it's not Guild Wars to me. He's me from a future run. Yeah, he's like a... No, he's me from a past run. It's like that, you know, in racing game where they have like the ghost feature where you can see your old drives, you know, represented. Right. More tracks. We'll go down up in the instances, I guess. Here we go, Rage of the Minotaurs. They should start Guild Wars again with better graphics. After the first year, they gave us factions and Nightfall, and then finally we continue. Oh, God, no, please. Look, don't do that. We don't need to keep looking back at the past like that. Okay, I remember this being really hard. And right now I'm a little bit concerned. Is he fighting me or is he fleeing? He's fighting me. This could be it. It could be Rip. I need a pistol. I think we'll retry this, but I need a pistol. Ectoplasm might be nice. We can, if we get enough damage in, we can maybe rally. I'm going to heart seek through them so that I sort of cleaving damage, but they can't stop to attack me as the wolves, if that makes sense. Svan is the son of Svan is the only one actually attacking us. So by doing this, I can... Alright. I don't know whether we can do this without a pistol. Shit. I was not expecting him to run at me like that. I'm going to have to open these bags of loot and I hope I can get some kind of a weapon out of them. Ranger didn't have to rely on them, but with just a single pistol, this is really challenging. That didn't do any damage. What do we get this time? Yeah, more Ecto. Good. Just pure damage uptime here. Quickness as well. When the protection runs out, I'll start doing other things. God, Ectos are so strong. Alright, we'll Heartseek now as well because he's nice and low. Drain our initiative. This is an interesting skill there. It's called Frostwind Attack. Again, remember, a lot of this was made with very early design. I wonder, right? Whirlwind Attack, Frostwind Attack. I wonder if there was an old idea for a trait that you could trait Whirlwind Attack to become Frostwind Attack. What do you think about that? And that you'd leave those piles behind you. That seems very much in line with their original idea for the trait system, doesn't it? Alright. What we got? Good. Pistol. Perfect. That's pretty insane skill. What is? The ectoplasm, yeah, is extremely strong. That's why it's so important when you're a Mesmer and you're trying to fight thieves in PvP, you need to dodge their steal because they run improvisation. That gives them 2 ectos. And it's just so strong. Resistance helps them survive against Condi pressure. All the other boons help them survive against any power burst you might be doing. Alright. That was a tricky skill. Tricky battle there. Game should get easier now with the offhand. Yeah, I agree. It should. Elementalist stuff, Frostwind, Whirlwind, Fire, and Earth something. Greatsword early attack in the future. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so the offhand, this is great because I can just drop a black powder and now, like that fight we were in a second ago, that'll just be perma-blind and I can just auto and let the initiative come back and then use it again. But also I can stealth by comboing in it and I can headshot anyone at range to interrupt, like, a heal skill, I guess. That's the only thing I can imagine I'd want to interrupt this early in the game. There's not, again, it's very bare bones, the personal story. There's very little interrupt play, break bar play, Condi cleanse, Condi removal, stuff like that. I never see it. What do I never see? Let's see here. Am I allowing consumables in this run since you don't have armor? No consumables. Merciless. No armor. No, I mean, the difference between leaving the starting armor on and just appearing naked like this is only, like, what? I don't actually know what it is, but it would mean instead of 100 armor rating, I'm probably at, like, 150 armor rating or something. I don't know. It's not worth anything, especially late game. So, yeah, we're not going to worry about that. That doesn't actually impact it in any way, really. Or as far as I understand, it doesn't. Maybe we'll learn some stuff here that is actually a lot harder. Okay, all right, now we get this pistol. So I didn't even need to open those bags of loot and risk that. So here's the thing. I'm going to take... This is actually a really challenging choice here. Double pistol would allow me to put the pistol here, which means I could Death Blossom for evade frames and lots of damage. Early game, anyway. Later, it wouldn't really be anything because we can't build the Condis. But I could buy a pistol here to put it in the main hand so that I can swap between the dagger and the thing. So I'd have like a good range set. Or I could go a short bow, which would help me peel away a bit and just has got a lot of stuff in it as it happens anyway. You know, I could drop the black powder and then I could use the cluster bomb to stealth myself in it. I got a nice evade. I got lots of movement on it to get away from fights and things. This is an important choice. I think I'm going to get the pistol. Mostly I'm going to get the pistol because I want to 100% make sure I have 2 pistols. I don't know when they're going to start being stingy with weapons. If you remember from the Ranger run, eventually it just started giving us armor. So we need the 2 pistols at least for later in the game. I'm pretty confident we'll get some more pistols later. But I want this now. So we'll do it that way. This could be a bad idea because I don't really have any traits and things that give me initiative for unload. But we will try that. Okay, so we've got pistol. As you can see, Arco Down's holding 2 pistols there. And then we can swap to pistol dagger, yeah? So this is our range set. And we shoot them like that. And this is our main set. And we stab them like that. And we can also obviously use shadow shot to get around as well. DP's a lot of fun. I don't know. We just got a lot stronger there. Oof. Alright, so we've got to go to Hrangmar Climb now. What do I do with the potatoes? Clean them and eat them. Right, up here. Yeah, sorry, you get this tonic from Bitterfrost Frontier. Sorry. Bow because it's fun. Yeah, maybe you got a point. We'll summon the worm to fight for us for now. If you could design your perfect MMO, what would the reward structure be? As in, what are the players working towards? How would you make rewards feel rewarding without giving rich people a huge advantage, without invalidating old rewards, and without making new rewards super time-consuming to develop for developers? It's a great question, isn't it? What you're asking for there is that's the elixir of life for an MMO, isn't it? I couldn't just come up with that off of the top of my head. I really couldn't. I'm afraid. Maybe people in chat have got an idea. What's this? People are talking about me having a bath. What? God, it's hard to look at chat right now while I'm trying to... Oh, God. Come on. Come on, rabbit. Get me out of there. That's it. Good, rabbit. Okay, here we go. Alright, what's this? Scree. Oh, you take a... What? I take a bath with the potatoes? Yeah, no, I think they're saying that because I watched a PvP stream from Jebbro last night while I was bathing at the end of the day. That's why when I daydream together game mechanics, I never design an MMO. I mean, really, fundamentally, the thing with MMO as opposed to other games is they need really high retention and consistent. It's like, basically, an MMO is almost obligated to be a lifestyle game because you need people to be around you in order for it to payoff kind of thing. And so the question is, can you break away from that? That fundamental understanding that MMOs have to be lifestyle experiences. Can they not be? Because if you can break away from that, maybe you're A-okay, actually. Again, I don't know. Just the description of MMO, I think, is too broad of a term at this point. All right, so hold on. Let me see how some of this stuff feels here. Good damage. Insane might. I forgot that they put so much might on unload. We got 20 might here. Oh my god. I don't think in the entire run the Ranger had an experience like this where it was doing this much damage. Did it? I like it. I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about this. This was really nice. Extremely strong. Is it worth it to buy bank slots? I like it. Don't forget, though, they're a convenience thing. You can just create alt characters and use them as storage space, but it's annoying to get at their inventories. Look at this damage. Jesus Christ. ArenaNet. I'm saving the ectoplasm for a boss fight, which I'm assuming will come up. Jesus. It's extraordinary. How is that going so crazy? So we have 107 power. Each might right now gives us 9. So 9 times 25, which we are hitting, is 225 power. So from this skill, we're turning our power from 107 to like 350-ish. We're getting a lot of strength. That's why we're blowing them up so quickly. Alright, we'll go through here. Don't be so cocky, it killed you once. Oh, it's killed me many times, really. Okay, so here's the boss. We'll have quickness as well on this one. That's him dead. What does the ankle shot do? Sorry, no, ankle shot's the name of a trait, right? Maybe it doesn't even exist anymore, but it was crits on pistols, wasn't it? The auto is just called vital shot, and it inflicts bleeds. Don't forget, our bleed damage goes up as well with our might, because it's condition and flat damage. Ballista operator. Really strong. I'm really happy with the choice that we made there. Short bow, this instance would not have felt anything like this with short bow. I missed that. I'm so bad. Alright. Okay, guys. So, which plan do we like to free the Minotaurs? Do we want to transform into one, or do we want to trick the sons of Svarnu? So, we're going to accept Minotaur's blessing and transform into one of his herd, or are we going to disguise as beer merchants to infiltrate them? Which one? The first person to tell me with the number 30. 30. Look at these people guessing at random numbers. I mean, honestly, it blows my mind that you think you're going to get it right. Transform into one. 30. Okay. This worries me a little bit, because we won't get our beautiful pistols and stuff. We're going to be stuck with weird Minotaur skills, potentially, which is going to be a bit frightening, but we'll see how we do. WP, you doing good? Able to stick to your schedule and stuff? I noticed you haven't uploaded in 2 weeks. What gives? It's because I'm dedicating all my time to PvPing and competition judging. So no, I'm not sticking to the schedule very well right now. But hopefully later we'll be alright. Beautiful. Look at that. I thought someone did get it right one time. I don't think so, no. I don't remember that ever having happened. Alright. My god, what are these skill icons? What are these skill icons? What are these for? These were not made for this instance. These have been repurposed somewhere else. This is insane. This is what I love about the personal story, though. What is this? Okay, we've got gore. A violent gouging motion with your horns causes bleeding. A powerful one-handed slap causes knockback. A vicious charge towards a nearby foe. Grab a foe and throw them away from me. prayer to Minotaur. Ask Minotaur to heal my wounds, as well as the wounds of any nearby Minotaurs. Do I actually have to do the full instance with this? Throw. Maul. So it's just a bleeding auto attack with a horrendous aftercast on it. A 1000 range charge. Okay. Let's see how the charge looks. It gave me 1 might. Come on, beastie, follow me over here. Oh my god. No, people aren't guessing correctly. It's just stream delay. They're not guessing correctly. It's just they've refreshed the screen, or they've tuned in more recently. So they are watching closer to real time. They've heard me give the code and they've called it out quickly. It's not that they've guessed. I mean, that blows my mind. You cannot genuinely believe that multiple people every time guess it correctly, Mozzie Me. I'll honestly think about that for 1 second. You actually, that is a joke, right? I could say anything. I could say a 3-digit number. I quite often say a double-digit number, and most guesses are for that. Sometimes I'll go single-digit. Like, do you know how low the odds are? I know there's a bit of social engineering there, in that you might, I might have common ones I always go to. The Minotaur snorts aggressively, then nods. Okay. Okay, no you don't. Okay, good. I'm getting us out of here. Okay. My gold. So I'm super tanky. So they've tanked the hell out of me. So this is nice. 2,050 health. Just eating them, really. Let's try the knockback. Oh, that's cool. I like that ability. That's like what the Oak Heart does at the end of the Aether Blade Fractal. And it'll carry you onto like the, the electric floor or whatever. Yeah, straw poll isn't better, dudes. It takes ages. If we were going to straw poll for every little one, screw that. And besides, it's more exciting to think that you and you alone could make the choice. You're wrong. Alright, this was good. They actually tuned this to a way that means it's kind of comfortable for me. Alright, let's use our charge. Why the charge is represented with a star, I don't know. Oh, that should have been like blowouts and stuff. What? Oh no, my friend! We must res our Minotaur, friend. What blows my mind is that you seem to think people with the delay is just because they didn't refresh the stream or tune in later. That is what it is, isn't it? What's different about stream delay? Whenever you have stream delay, if you press F5, it will resync with the closest timeline at the point of you coming in. What's mind-blowing about that? That's absolutely, like, if you watch a stream and you've had, I'm not saying it has to be this extreme for it to be relevant, but if I turn on a stream and I watch it for 2 hours, I'm watching, I'll have maybe 5 seconds of delay, while if I then press F5, it will go back down to 1 second or whatever, compared to everyone else. There we go, that was nice and easy, actually. I'm happy with that. Alright, and we get our bow anyway. Vitality or a power bow. I don't know whether I'll use it. We'll go power. Yeah, there will still be delay. It will just reduce the delay to the lowest possible amount. What are you not getting here? There, it's no waypoints actually, isn't it? I said it was going to be no waypoints. We haven't used any waypoints, have we? So we have to see how that will go. A Minotaur resing another Minotaur. You love it. There you go. I know that the lowest possible amount is not the same for everyone, but that is not a mutually exclusive fact with the fact that pressing F5 diminishes the amount of delay that you're currently experiencing. These are not at odds with one another. Both are true. You've met a snow region. I love nearly. I love the Shiver Peaks. Mount Hebra in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, there's a lot of places that people saying Breath of the Wild seems to really blow people away. You have an exam on distributed systems and talking about the stream delay is perfect for it. Interesting. All right, we're going to go all the way over here. I keep looking at this and thinking it's a teleport for me because I'm used to it as the Necro ability. Did you hear that a dev finally confirmed that 10 and 7 take place in the same world? There had been sort of a point of minor canonical confirmation from years ago. Is something recent? It's not the same world, it's the same universe, though. The idea is that Shinra takes a rocket and lands on, what is it, Gaia, I think? The world of 7, like, many generations ago. And that was the founding of Shinra Corps and stuff. And it's the same universe, though. And the idea is, like, the live stream is the same as the far plane and stuff. The worlds function the same. But it's not the same world. It's just the same sort of, you know, shared universe. How's the competition going? Not too stressful, I hope? It is quite stressful for me, but only because I put these unnecessary, idiotic pressures on myself for it. But thank you for the lovely consideration. RuneScape sure changed a lot. I got a donation from Dark Sigma, really? Hey WP, there's some cash. Here's some cash money for you. I hope you're doing okay. You seemed a bit more down these past few streams, but it might just be the PvP. Keep up the good work. Looking for more. It's not the PvP. The PvP is like my escapism. It's my way out. I am a bit down, but thank you very much, and I really appreciate that £10. I appreciate people coming to the streams. It does brighten my day, so thank you very much. And yeah, it'll pass as these things do. I'm not too concerned about it. The no waypoint thing might be really annoying if we keep having to zigzag like this, but we'll see how it goes. Might be a better... Oh, come on. Might be a better way of dealing with it. Let's get on the Raptor a bit more, shall we? Thank you, dude. That's really nice. Only just came in. I'm enjoying this character. I'm enjoying the Thief right now. It was really scary a second ago, and now I feel really overpowered, and I'm enjoying feeling overpowered. I'm at that perfect moment. You know, in a game, basically, the game should threaten you and make you feel weak. And then a good RPG will then give you, like, a build, you know, a level up or whatever. And now you feel really strong, and you get to use that strength, yeah? And that's the fun part. And then gradually you start feeling weaker again, and then you get your next big perk or level up or skill or whatever. And then you feel really strong again. This is what RPGs thrive on, giving you that fantasy of being powerful, right? And I'm in that moment right now where I feel powerful, because we had kind of a difficult first couple of instances, and then we got our pistol, and it got really easy and good and strong. So this will slowly taper off, and soon I'll be upset that it's too easy. But for now, I'm pretty high on it. I'm pretty much enjoying myself. I'm also liking the slight change to the rules here. I think it feels a bit more merciless right now. Oh, no. Do you know the way? Wait, what? Is that a reference to something I don't understand? Eundel, thank you very much. Is that a reference to something to do with 10 or something? I don't know. All right, hold on. Kodan tonic. Good. So we just walk around, I suppose. Oh, hello. Oh, we got the Minotaur spirit with us as well. That's nice. Ow! Okay. Bit scary. Ah, that is not a targeted summon. That's... Dude, how much range have you got? Because I'm telling you now, that is 900. Easily 900. Okay, I'm a bit concerned of that. Did I just see the bolt thrower has a break bar? No, I didn't. I'm standing here. Alright, we obstructed it. Now let's move in and kill it. It's recharging. Okay, we got it just in time. Yeah, I don't know. I like this. This feels good. This feels really good. Hey, Rav, it's good to see you. It's a meme that started with VR chat. Oh, is it? Oh, I have seen a couple of those. Look, well, I've clicked to them and then got annoyed by them and turned them off. But I have seen like those sort of things people have been making. Hold on. So let's see how much sustain we're getting. Pretty good, to be honest. As long as the unloads are going, even without invigorating precision, this is really nice. And we can keep the might rolling. Very, very, very strong. I'll tell you what, people who want to, you know, play Guild Wars 2 to be a gunslinger or whatever, as far as the story's concerned, and I know we're sort of on low-hanging fruit here, as far as the story's concerned, this is really good. This is a great little experience here. This is everything anyone should ever want for playing PP. So there I tried to emote because I thought it was running at me. It turns out he's just standing still. He does have the break bar, but I don't think we have to worry about that. I'm going to summon the worm on him. We'll steal from him as well. Bit of chill. That's fine. The dragon beast. So we'll just sort of keep our distance here. 25 might. Yeah, look, we're at 306 power. Oh my god, what? Oh, does the dragon beast revive him, maybe? I'm going to try and do the little strafes here to see if I can... Yeah, look, he missed. Oh, I really wanted him to get that next shot and see if that was working consistently. We did get him to... We did manage to strafe one of his bow attacks there. Alright, we get our key. Dude, that was quick. I don't know. And that was running around in the open world as well. That felt really fast. Yeah, so what's the intel meltdown and the stuff with Spectre? I've seen a few jokes referencing it, but I don't actually know what it itself is. Do you want to... Can you fill me in? So let's use these tomes here we got for beating the personal story before. There we go. Back to Holbrack. So a bit of a walk here. Good moments for chat at least. You know, we could just chit chat about random stuff. So yeah, someone give me the scoop. What's going on with Intel? And treat me like a 5-year-old as though I don't know anything, because you know, I don't know anything. You hope that the next Mesmer spec is a gunslinging portal user. What more from the portal experience do you desire? There's already a lot of short range blinks and things in the game. You've got actual portal for the long range one. What do you want? I think that's a scary thing to balance as well, isn't it? Really? Thinking about PvP and world versus world contexts. Like, if you think about Axe 3 for Mirage, you know, all your stuff teleports in. That could be quite easily skinned, flavor-wise, themed to be a portal-themed ability, couldn't it? But it's essentially mechanics that we've already experienced a lot of. Why are these selectable right now? So Meltdown Inspector is newly found attacks that lets you read memory you shouldn't have access to. It's especially bad in Intel CPUs. A lot of cloud is on Intel, so... It's a security flaw in predictive memory allocation that means certain types of operations will be much slower after the fix. Hardly affects gaming, but servers and shit are fucked. Interesting. Did anyone realize that all of the events that you do in POF to get your spec and specific runes all take place right where the elite spec NPC is? No, I didn't realize that. What do you mean? What did you miss, Dot.St? We're talking about Intel at the moment. And the security flaw. Man, I really want that Awakened tonic now. That guy looked cool. Alright. So, remember we said that we blacked out at the party? Well, we're going to figure out what's going on with that now. Okay, we need to meet the warband near the Tygan Groves. Oh, you donated a bad time. Oh, I'm so sorry, Spresso. Hi, long time fan. I discovered Guild Wars 1 through your channel back in the day, and I would spend hours watching your lore content. Thanks for everything you do. It makes me so sad to detect the past tense in that there. Thank you very much. That's really lovely of you. Thank you. And it's good to see this stream here, Spresso. I'd like to do some more Guild Wars 1 based content. We were talking about fully finishing a series on pre-searing Ascalon at some point too. If I ever decide to leave Guild Wars completely, that would be a cool way to bookend sort of my experience with the franchise, I think, actually. Sort of just to end it all with that final pre-searing thing, end where it all began in pre-searing. That'd be kind of cool. When you do the event to get the Rune of the Deadeye, that event is where the Deadeye NPC is. Same with the Spellbreaker Renegade. Oh, I see. Okay. I hadn't really noticed that, but that's kind of cool. Have I watched Travelers on Netflix? No, I haven't really been watching much Netflix since... Oof, what did I watch last? Well, I rewatched the Deep Space Nine finale the other day just to sort of see whether it was as powerful as I remembered it being, even once I hadn't seen the show for a while. Like, that last shot of Jake Sisko looking out at space, like, is just so good. And I just wanted to see whether it would still have that weight. But aside from that one, I don't really remember. I guess Stranger Things Season 2 was the last thing I watched, and I didn't enjoy very much. Been watching more BBC iPlayer than anything else. Question Time, Blue Planet. Oh yeah, I can use my hero points. Good point. Okay, so we're gonna pick up critical strikes first. Oh no, we can't. Oh yeah, it's got to be skills. So you guys can vote on this. What classification of skill would you like? Deceptions. Smoke screen might be nice, and blinding power might be nice. So Deceptions has got some interesting choices. Venoms, not really interesting at all, I don't think, actually. None of the Venoms are that interesting. Caltrops might be kind of nice just for some easy pressure. Roll for initiative would be nice to keep the unloads rolling. So tricks. Deceptions and tricks seem interesting enough to me. Haste as well is a great skill. We could get that too. Quickness, fury, beautiful. Really like the idea of tricks at the moment, actually. That's my favorite. Traps. I mean, traps on Thief have always been underwhelming. Ambush might be funny to use for a little while. It gives us more AI. This is a summon, right? So, and then signets. I mean, Assassin Signet, Signet of Agility. These are okay. So there's a reasonable spread here. The first person to tell me, well, yeah, we'll do fastest finger first because I'm in the middle of an instance. First person to tell me a skill line, signets, traps, tricks, venoms, or deceptions. The first person to tell me with the code 74. You can go for it. Shadow Step I don't actually care that much about, to be honest. 74 deceptions from Glitch S there. 74. Okay, so... Sorry, what did they say? Deceptions. Okay, so we're picking up... How deep can we go? Up to here? We can go up to Shadow Refuge. Thieves Guild at the end at level 30. That's actually kind of nice, so I'm okay with that. And then Smoke Screen will just be blind spam for anything that's particularly dangerous. Call Owl I'll keep. The Worm is utterly useless. This is an interesting choice. I guess SR. If I'm going to use the choice between these two for PvE, I guess SR is just better, right? And Shadow Step is also another way of breaking out. I could use that instead of Call Owl. It's also a stun break, and I don't have any others. So we could do it that way. Alright, so let's get to killing some of these guys now. Interesting point here, by the way. I can build a ton of might with unload, and then just as they're about to die, swap for a Heartseek kill, which would get max damage because they're low to 25% health, and be empowered by the 25 might shenanigans. So like this. If we could get it to crit as well, that'd be really nice. Here we have a purple aura around us because we heart-seeked through a field that we dropped. Which, for some reason, the devs always made an ethereal field instead of a poison field. Let's throw gunk. You get it from engineers. Okay, so we got a boss here. Just going to drop the blind field on him. stand next to him. And just heart seek him down. I could also, when I do that, I get stealth for leaping in it, and then if I do that behind him, I can actually go for a backstab as well. I'm not sure how important or powerful that is. Pretty easy instance because I've got a friggin' Char Warband fighting alongside me, really, so I don't have to worry too much. There you go, bridge rebuilt. Yeah, Dark Sigmar is absolutely right, and I stand behind what you just said. Straw piles take about 5 minutes out of the stream, which is annoying if you do it for every single choice you make in the game. Yeah. I'm sorry, I know that you want a bit of interaction and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to... No, especially not early in them, where there's just choices all the time. It's just... It's not entertaining. If you like the idea of that, then, you know... You can always run a stream where you use a lot of straw pile. You're loading up Guild Wars just to play a new Thief? I'm glad you're inspired by it. That's cool. That's probably a dev's wet dream there. People should want to play the game by watching people play the game. So there you have it. Important stuff then, not story decisions, but specs. Could be nicer as a straw poll. Isn't the War for Alone a screenshot competition over? If no, ignore me. If yes, I'll talk to Flag about it. I actually have no idea, Rav. I've not got a clue, dude. I really don't know. Best way to get what you want is to give me some money. Yeah, if you give me a donation making a specific request and it's not too ludicrous, you know, that will grease the wheels. I'll tell you that. It's early year. Ad revenue drops off massively. Dealing with the debt accrued over Christmas and overexpending. I'll pick up power on this. Ruby amulet. The ruby heart. This carried us to victory before. I guess we'll see if it does again now. So yeah, you grease those wheels. I'll give you some loving. You got your GTX 1060 today. Nice. Things suddenly got a bit faster. Yeah, I mean, CPU is the really important one for Guild Wars. So Red Pony says, at the moment, I'm bored about what they did in World vs. World. It's devastated and only ash and dust remain. Well, why don't you talk a little bit about how that ended up happening? What do you mean? Did somebody make the rules images? No, I only took... Oh, yeah, so I'll mention that here as well. Dosty. So, one thing that I've wanted to do for a while as a part of Spud and just the broader community, guys, is I get gems that I can give away, and currently I just stockpile them. Like 42,000 or whatever it was. I can't remember anymore. Going on the giveaway, the competition, but since then I've been getting more and more and more. So I want to do regularly give gems away to you all, but I wanted to do it on a bounty system. I wanted to create a bounty board where I post ideas and things for the community, and if you do them, I give you gems. Yeah. So essentially, it's a way of me getting you to do my job for me in various things. So a bounty that I'm offering right now is I'm going to give someone for if you want to make proper art. If you type in chat right now, !rules, it will lead you to an Imgo album explaining everything about this challenge. But there's like a couple of typos on it, and some of the rules are out of date. Like, we're currently on a version where we just level the whole way through, and we've unequipped our starting armor and stuff. If you want to make a new version of that, a cohesive, proper version, but with your own art, if somebody does that, that I can use, I'll give you 400 gems. So that's something that I'm offering right now. I mentioned that at the start of the stream. I haven't mentioned for a while. That's on the table right now. Nobody's done that yet. So if anybody fancies doing some art and you fancy getting 400 gems for it, that would be really cool if anybody wants to do it. I've never actually offered a bounty like this and had someone come through and do it, except one of the potato cams, I think, a while ago. So yeah. All right. This instance, the last time we were playing a Norn Thief, this instance defeated us. We died. We were 4 levels under the recommended, but they slaughtered us. They did a ton of damage. Grawl are really dangerous. I need to use smoke screen carefully because it blocks projectiles and inflicts blinds. But they just keep building up and up and up. These guys also have really weird aggro in that they just keep coming and coming and coming. So we need, basically, to get as much pressure out as possible. So I've dropped a black powder there. To kill these so that our warband doesn't die. If the warband die, we're in trouble. I'm going to drop that fear just to interrupt and give us more damage uptime and then less. We need to keep killing quick, basically, before more waves attack, because they come very fast. And we got annihilated here. This was where our previous Norn Thief died. The thing is, now we're not under-leveled, so I think the whole challenge is a lot easier, and we should be okay. I think next it will be the next gate that they come through. Oh, no, there's another wave over here. So we just got to watch. We got to be careful and just get the pressure in as much as possible. So I'm just dropping a ton of blinds nice and early here. Those ranged guys can't shoot through the wall I dropped. Visually, I love what's going on there with them trying to shoot through the wall that I've established. The black wall against the white snow. Looks really good. Nice representation of what Guild Wars can be about. Alright. So now we got to go to the northern gate. I want to get my initiative back. So they are breaking through it. We could go on top of it and shoot down. I wonder if that will blind them and stop them being able to hit it. It does seem to have stopped taking damage. Alright, here we go. We're going to wall immediately. Oh no, a Lion Guard died. I'm going to swap here because we cleave on the autos. Another black powder. Moving in with the 3 to get the blind on as well. Heart seeking him down. He's trying to break that tent. We got him. Where did he get Frost Aura from? They all have Frost Aura. It's kind of annoying. Luckily, the chill doesn't decrease initiative regeneration, which is nice. I guess it's that totem. Man, look, that's actual proper totem experience. That's like legit, like Diablo 3 kind of totem stuff going on there. Okay, that hurts. We don't want to be in that. No classes can use totems in that way. I mean, Renegade gets kind of close. Okay, what hit me there? I'm going to stand in the wall because I don't know what hit me, but that really hurt. Oh, I just stole, but I don't have the trait Mug, so it didn't heal me. I was expecting a heal, which was really silly. I don't know what hit me, but it really hurt. I'm thinking it's behind me and to the left, so I'm hiding in this wall. Because basically someone breaks through that wall up there now. This is where we wiped before. The warband's up. I believe these guys were dead before. Let's get in there before those Lion Guard die. Okay. There I moved really aggressively in. 1, to drop the blinds, but 2, so that the AI of my allies would push in as well. Okay, so let's kill the Frost Totem there. Because it's given them all protection as well. I mean, the protection's got such high duration, though. Look at that, 20 seconds. Is there another totem somewhere? Was it the worms? Is the worms sieging, maybe? Maybe it was that. Alright, I'll trust that my allies have got that over there. I'm going to move in and blind these. And do that as well. Okay. Another wall going to break, maybe? Wow, okay, there's a big fight down here, actually, still. Named NPC ally there is dead. Jesus, that hurts. Blinking over to put the blind down. Doing this and just deliberately going to let the guys in front obstruct. So I can just keep doing this and whittle them all down. Okay. Elementals in the courtyard. Warband, clean it out. Okay, these are lightning guys. They have ranged damage. I'm a bit scared of them. Again, gonna hide behind the wall. All the old mobs are dead. So, we also... Each of the projectiles we fire here has a 20% chance of gaining a bonus from going through the wall. So, because it's a smoke wall, it means that they inflict blinds. Basically, some of the dust from the ground attaches to the bullet. And it blinds the target when it lands, which is pretty nice. Same with my autos, too. I'm going to pull back here because they're really hurting. Okay, there we go. Next wall. Oh, come on! There should be a rally. Wow, so little downstate damage. It's okay. One of the Norns saved our life. I'm going to be really scared here. Let them attack with their rifles and stuff. Still 2 sparks. I mean, they're very strong. We're waiting for the smoke screen cooldown, basically. And then we're going to go back out and we're going to use the safety of it to... Now, I could Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna stealth. And then I'm gonna walk it. I'm gonna double dodge it. Oh no, I can't dodge. Thank God I have that unbound. I'm gonna do it this way. This will blind them both. But it puts me into... What's 900 range? There. I'm in range here. Are they... Can they hit me from here? Is this okay? That was a really bad idea. And I can't believe I just... I must be such a moron because, honestly, I just tried to double dodge in. So there we go. Alright, we're all good. Hey! Never beaten this on a challenge run. Never. So, that's pretty nice. I remember playing these story steps on my Norn Thief and saying, what the hell, I wanted to play a Char story, then I would have played a Char. That's a good point, actually. I don't know, it's interesting because I think they were happy to play with the formula because this is just one of 6 branches, essentially. So, yeah, let's have one showing how the Norn interact with the Char. I can kind of understand that. All right, so we get a decision. Are we going to ambush or are we going to do a direct assault? I mean, this is a real shocker. I don't think Guild Wars 2 has ever given me the choice of having an ambush or a direct assault, but here it is. They're really innovating. They're really turning the wheel, getting the cogs thinking on how to provide interesting RPG story choices for us. An ambush or a direct assault. Really makes you think, doesn't it? So, what should we do here, guys? The first person to tell me with the code 82. 82. Direct assault 82. Alright. Direct assault, it plays the warband strengths. You guys might think that the direct assaults are harder, but very frequently they're easier. Because usually if the devs are ever interesting, it's in missions where there's like an ambush going on and they'll throw lots of weird random interactions and mechanics there that just might be terribly tuned and that will get you killed. But direct assaults are quite cut and paste, easy mode things, so I'm usually happy when people say a direct assault on one of those. Raptor might die here. Okay, no. Alright. Ambush WP already has assault. Great. That's a hell of a pun. I'm not cynical at all, says Rav. Yeah, I like the idea of seeing the Norn and the Char respecting one another and how they work on the border between their two territories. I do think it's important that Guild Wars 2 broaches that. It's just, there's something about the idea that this is your core... Like, I think that's what open world should deal with, essentially. It's sort of one of the problems with splitting the personal story up to approach those topics. I don't think that should ever have been that thing's realm. I think that the personal story should have been the really important, hard-hitting, linear, direct story, right? And the open world can discuss things like this and give us that experience. You know, when I speak to NPCs in this outpost here, I should learn a little bit about the Lion Guard's perspective as defenders of the Lion's Road and envoys from Lion's Arch, their third-party insights into the Char and the Norn interacting with one another. That's where I should get that kind of stuff. Not here, I think, maybe. Beautiful loading screen art again. I want to do something with that. What can I do creatively with all this beautiful art that's in Guild Wars 2? Christ. Alright, there's more up here. I don't know if I've ever done this. This might be an instance I've never done. I have no memory of this. I'm like Gandalf in the Mines of Moria right now. Fire mortars from the tower and destroy the fortifications. Okay. So, we have to fire a first shot just to see how far this stuff goes. Alright, so we don't have to angle it too much. Looks like I can go left slightly as well. So what about here? We might even hit the patrol here. I'm sorry, but that was amazing. Was that scripted? Or was that amazing? Christ, that could have gone more perfectly. What the hell? You would like to just have all of them as image files to use as wallpapers. Yeah, that's a nice idea, man. Something like Taco could accomplish having overlays whenever it detects a loading screen, right? And changing them. Oh, some of the turrets are still up. Alright. Look at that friggin' Char boss over there. Soloing a turret. What I like about the personal story is all the intriguing characters it introduces you to as it shows the lore of the world and its inhabitants, and you get to face some intriguing choices down the way. Some characters will forever stick to my mind, like Gavin, one of the most nuanced villains, and I don't know, I think you're offering it a lot of credit there. Gavin is one of the more interesting characters, though. Inspired. This dredge has been inspired by the Commissioner. Sorry, the Commissar, and deals more damage in combat. That, right there, that's the old icon for Might. The earliest iteration of it. That's what Might used to look like. You see that? Before they changed it to this, that you can see down here now. They used to look like that. That's interesting, because it feels like some of that was out of range, but a little bit wasn't. I like this idea of storm generators. Not sure if sarcasm or serious. Sorry, which comment? I don't remember being sarcastic at any point in the last 20 seconds. maybe a bit further back than that, there was something sarcastic going on. Okay, I'm a bit scared of the oscillator. Oh, and I can't blind him because he's dredge. Right. Need to remember that. Excavators, don't really care. Storm generator. This guy's fighting this ratnik. Wow, that tree can obstruct me. I was wondering if that would obstruct me, and it turned out it can. I really don't like this shadow step. I don't think it's doing anything for me. His flavor text there says picks up weapons, which is interesting. Find the missing chugger. Sorry, what am I doing? Should I kill the Commissar? Is that all that needs to happen? Not really sure what's going on here. Thanks very much for the subs, by the way. Allele's 1991. Happy 2018. Happy 2018 to you too. It feels like just yesterday I saw you subbing. Thank you very much. And Sigma as well, 403. Wasn't this section reused in one of the Living World seasons? I'm not sure. I don't remember it being a Season 1 thing. Could have been. Was this the entrance to one of the molten hideout places? I guess I'll go up there because he's got a perfectly defensible location. I mean, look, it seems so cramped and stuck in here. Oh, right, of course. Okay, so we can't blind him, but he is projectile-based. So we can stop his projectiles doing anything while we sort of smash his face. Now he can hit us again, but he's dead already. That was a nice little encounter there. That felt good. Maganel there. What is a chugger? What are we talking about? What's a chugger? Is it a vehicle? Is it a person? I don't actually know what I'm looking for. Oh, it must be this the car here. It must be, right? There you go. It's your vehicle that crashed. Cool idea for a plot thing. I genuinely have no memory of that instance. I don't think I've ever done that before. I think picks up weapons is a reference to a working class rising up to the elite of the more communistic country's lands, which is something the dredge culture is based on. That's actually probably quite an astute observation of yours there. They could have been going for something like that. I think it's more likely, more directly also a reference to, you know, the environmental weapon system where they run around grabbing stuff, which was an idea for the combat. But yeah, maybe that's a good idea too. Maybe it's a bit of both, actually. That's kind of funny. The only thing I'm not really looking forward to here is we've got to run all the way back to Holbrook. It's amazing, actually. The Norn get more story in Diessa Plateau than the Char do. Yeah, obviously that as well. I agree with you, though. That sounds really like a good idea. Your Norn got drunk and lost a Char tank. They call it a chugger for some reason. I guess because the engine goes chug, 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 right? Oh, I forgot to be a Kodan in that instance, didn't I? I apologise. When will ArenaNet bring back the Battle Royale mode from the beta? It wasn't a mode, dude. It was just a little thing to celebrate the end of the beta, and nothing more, nothing less. I don't think they have any obligation to bring it back. You saying when will they is very loaded. It's as though you think that it's a guarantee, and that for some reason, you know, they're wrong for not having done it just yet. Same as the other little ends to the betas. You know, there was an end to the beta where fireworks and meteors and stuff came and killed everyone in pre-searing, and then Gwen like danced on their bodies in Guild Wars 1. Was there an obligation to bring that back too? Well, not really, no. You're never getting an answer? Yeah, what answer, sorry? Here you go. Any more detail to the rule images? Sorry. Do we have to draw something or take images from the internet or a specific font? No, you can do what you want. I do kind of have some brand things associated with me. Like, I quite often use the Angry Bird font from dafont.com. Angry Birds I use a lot. You could... There's ways to get the Guild Wars one as well. Okay, so these guys are blocking with burn, so I've got to be careful. But, you know, I'm not going to be picky about it. Probably, if you've got an eye for design or whatever with it, you'll probably do something better than I would. So don't worry about it. Just go for it. If you try to make it look consistent with, like, the way that it would look on stream or whatever, the way I want it is to be the same on stream. So when I come over to the face cam here, I'm going to have, you know, there'll be hopefully 16:9 images again. Or if they're not, it's fine. I can reshuffle it. But I'll have them floating through like that. I'll put that border on there. Don't worry about that with the mask. You know. And just so that I can put another Imgur link on the bot in chat for people to click. That's it. Other than that, you can sort of, you know, just follow the example that I've set already. The rest you can sort of have fun. If you're really planning on going for it, that's really cool, dude. The party engine goes chug, chug, chug. Dark Sigma asks quite a blunt question that I think gets asked a lot on Twitch in more words or less. When will ArenaNet put all of the things I want into the game? Cuts right through the mustard there. Basically, everything you see on Twitch to that extent is just coded for what Dark's just said there. That's a huge fight going on over there. So we are just meant to kill all of these ghosts. These huge just piles. Is this supposed to be a big epic fight? There's no music. I guess it's because it's dynamic combat music, not loaded properly combat music. I only edited images in Photoshop. I haven't done InDesign. I'll try it. Yeah, I mean, that's basically my ability as well. I can stitch stuff together. I never made any of the art of this. I just found those pictures that people had sent me before and put them on, you know. But you can do whatever you like. You can make a little logo representing Merciless. Like Waldir, I don't know if he's still in chat, has done tons of the graphics and the art and the emotes and stuff. He's like my guy for that stuff, but he's been very busy lately. And I don't want to keep loading other ideas on him. But a while back when we were doing Zero to Hero, he created a little icon for Zero to Hero and stuff. That stuff's all cool. And, you know, when he made that, I wasn't, you know, really picky about how it looked. I'm just grateful to have anything, so. Oh, I like this instance, because this is an actual mission that takes you into Greenwich Courthouse underneath. This is one of the more exciting things to me about Guild Wars 2. Because Guild Wars 1, you could go to the courthouse, but there was no sign that there was an underground, and now here you find it and stuff. I've always liked this. Oh, does this actually take us into the side room too, which is totally unused and open world? Look, I'm learning things here, by the way. Jesus Christ, that burn. 6 burn. I've got to be careful against ghosts. Luckily, I don't think we'll have to fight any more of these, unless you guys go Vigil, and then we make certain decisions. Have I ever completed all the acts of PoE? Not since the big change. I can't remember what it's even called anymore. Last year, they did a really big, exciting change, though, right? And I haven't played PoE since that went through. I've wanted to. But the person I want to play it with co-op hasn't been too into the idea, so I haven't just yet. But the old version, yeah, I'd completed all those acts. I did maybe 3 or 4 full playthroughs of the old version of PoE. When it was just 3 acts, and then they added the 4th act, and I finished the 4th act maybe 2 or 3 times. But yeah, now it's like 10 acts, isn't it? And it's all totally different. I haven't played any of that. I just remember the pre-release information. So hold on, is this out of the? Yeah, that's not even in the story. What a shame. What a shambles. So the only reason to ever go through that door is to pick up some gold ore. Ah, this is really, really frustrating. Okay, he didn't block, so that's nice. Okay. Alright, I'm stuck in the... Okay, that's fine. Can I fear him out of that? Nice. Is the fear unblockable then? I actually don't know whether that's unblockable. I'll try to make a prototype, so don't expect me to talk too much. Yeah, no worries, dude. WP, would you like more town clothes added to the game, or do you think it's arbitrary at this point due to the fact that outfits now reign supreme? I don't know whether you're really informed there. You do realise that all the town clothes are outfits now. Are you asking me that question because you don't know that that change happened, or you're asking me that question because that change did happen? I don't understand. I think you've lost me a little bit. Because essentially what your question is, should be, WP, do you think they should add more outfits that are like sort of a more realistic kind of... Realistic, is that even the right word? Are a more sort of muted design like town clothes. That Shadow Refuge was a misclick. You're basically asking, can we have more outfits that aren't crazy, but look, you know, just like normal, regular parts of Tyria? I know, like immersive or whatever, or, you know, simple. And I think that could be nice. I don't think that they'll sell so many, though, compared to big flaming fiery things. And the gem stores there turn money, so I doubt you have too much luck convincing them to do it. Spirit Shard looks really weird there. Okay, we get a Signet Ring of Holbrack for hanging around with the Char for ages. I'm going to pick up the Vital one, 120 health. Pretty happy with that. I discovered PoE because of you a while ago, and it's become like crack for me. Dude, I'm really happy with that. I'm glad. I'm glad you haven't even seen me playing it, just talking positively about it. And it's got them a player. I think that's really cool, dude. What kind of character are you playing? I mean, I do not profess to be very smart or good at that game. It's a really complicated, deep game. That's one of the things I like about it and admire about it. But I'm curious what you picked as like your noob build. One thing I always struggle with that game is every time I go back to it, I'm a noob again. I don't remember enough. And so I play like a noob. And there's always this thing like you just expect that your first character is going to be crap. So don't worry about it. Just make it and play it. Well, I don't really know how it works anymore. There's so much has changed. All right, so Air wants us back at the homestead. We've got a bit of a walk here. During the walk, we do get some build decisions. My God, we just got trebbed. It actually just trebbed our raptor, and it really hurt us. Well, sorry, not trebbed, cannoned. We've got ghost cannon attacked. So, what do you guys think here? Let's have a look. We have got a specialization we can choose. Now, what I really want, I'm not going to lie, is I want to go critical strikes because invigorating precision is up here. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can't actually afford it just yet. But I want critical strikes because when we get that Grandmaster, it's like really heavy sustain for us. And I believe that is what will carry us through the rest of Guild Wars 2. We're going to go to the Black Citadel, through the gate, through Lion's Arch, and into Holbrack. That might be quicker. But there are some other choices. It's hard to sort of look at these while we're running the Raptor. So let's look. Deadly Arts is more Condi focused. But we do get Executioner, lots of damage at the end. Improvisation, again, I was talking about. It's actually pretty strong. I like that a lot. The double use of the stolen skills. Potent Poisons we won't care about. Panic Strike we don't really care about. I don't know. Deadly Arts is nice, but probably not as nice as you think it is for PvE. Or for this area of PvE. Moving on. Critical Strikes I already talked a bit about, but the Miners are pretty nice as well. Damage. Which is the line? I think Trickery's got a really good miner. Lead attacks. So as we spend initiative, we gain this, and we get 15% more damage basically because we're using a lot of unload. We get some other nice things as well here. Sleight of hand, probably not that good, but quick pockets. So we could do the pistol thing where we're weapon swapping to sustain lots of initiative, never have to stop unloading. Lesser haste. Trickery is really nice. Shadow Arts is very sustainy and strong in that respect. Shadow's rejuvenation. We gain health and initiative while we're in stealth. Once upon a time, this was really strong. Strong enough that it was called Cancer and Cheese to be running it in PvP. And if you were a thief that was relying on it, you were determined a bad thief and all this stuff. Nowadays, I don't even know whether it's that strong. But there you go. Acrobatics. Just dodgy-based stuff, right? But we can't really dodge. So acrobatics would be pretty bad, I think. Swiftness on dodging. Well, this is vigor on evading, so we can get the perks of that. Enhanced vigor doesn't matter because we can't dodge. Concentration is a perk for us. So I don't know. I think acrobatics is the worst. But so yeah, those are our lines. Our first line for the next batch of story. So it's up to you guys. We will not actually max this line out just yet, but we will get a significant chunk of the way. So the first person to tell me deadly arts, critical strikes, acrobatics, shadow arts, or why did we? Oh, okay. Now we got the loading screen, which we don't care about. Or trickery. Okay, deadly arts, critical strikes, acrobatics, shadow arts, or trickery. The first person, fastest finger first, with the codes 97. Wow, Flag just said the lottery's ending today. Is it really? I haven't even talked about the lottery on this one. I've literally not done any of it. Is there enough time to advertise it and maybe get some people to enter, Flag, or is it done? So Glitch just went trickery with 97. Let's just buy our way as deep as we can right now. We can get to quick pockets. Wow, that's pretty good. Alright, so let's equip this and see how we do. So trickery is our first line. We get initiative from stealing. We get extra initiative by 3. If you look at my bar now, it's much deeper. We get lead attacks, which is beautiful. 15% more damage. And quick pockets. So whenever we weapon swap, we gain more initiative. So this is an interesting decision, though, because if we go for the quick pockets approach, we lose the dagger entirely. And we are, like, a lot more sort of locked in with these specific skills. I will do a couple of instances, though. I think that's a nice idea. For this, rip boons, bountiful theft, and give it to my allies. The vigor isn't worth anything, but taking boons and giving them to my allies is kind of nice. I don't think pressure striking is that important. Tricks gain reduced recharge. These are deceptions, so... Okay, and then lastly... So on a Deadeye, because Steel is no longer an engage, you can run Thrill of the Crime with it quite comfortably for lots of Fury and stuff. I think for now I'll run lesser... haste on the burst of agility trait. I think I'll run this for now. So when I attack someone from the side or whatever, I get fury, swiftness, and quickness. It's on a 60-second cooldown, which isn't that great. While Thrill of the Crime is just on a 26-second cooldown. But this would mean I'm stealing in a lot and putting myself potentially into more dangerous scenarios. So I think I'll just run this so I have a better habit, kind of. Why is... If they've made that lesser haste, by the way, why is that still a break stun? Stop with the stupid, like, uncontrollable passive break stuns. So weird. When is anyone ever going to make that play? Where they're stunned, and they find some kind of instant activation thing that will hit a foe behind onto the side to know that they're going to proc a 60-second ICD lesser haste that they know is up. It's just ridiculous. Take the break stun off of that. It's only there because the actual utility has a break stun on it. Alright, so there you go. Trickery. Nice choice there. Right. So yeah, what did Flag say? It was supposed to end yesterday already, but extending it for 1 week shouldn't hurt and would make the prize pool bigger. Well, I just meant, should I advertise it here before I close the stream today? But if you want to do a full extra week, I think that might be a good idea, and I can tell people about it today and on some of the upcoming streams. Send me one more message on chat now, Flag, telling me which of the two you want to do. Do you want to end it today, or do you want to do it in a week? Also, So the Michaels34 says, so do we have updated rules for Merciless or just copy paste of what's already on the slides? No, there is no text version, but I can tell you the updated rules are... Or the version I'm playing right now is no waypoints, no consumables of any kind. It's not one tome of knowledge for every level. It's just you can level... You have the choice of being in open world, or if you have tomes of knowledge, you can just instantly level as much as you like until the story unlocks, and then you cannot overlevel. Remember, one of the rules is you can't overlevel, but tomes of knowledge are safe to use as a consumable. All other consumables disabled, this armor unequipped, and I'm running a no waypoint variant right now as well. I'm not quite sure what that's added. Maybe people in chat have got some opinions on that right now. But yeah, I think that's it. Also, there's just a couple of typos. And that's about it, I think. You can use steel to trigger Thrill of the Crime without targeting anything, and you won't move. Good point, dude. Well pointed out. Very, very intelligently spoken there. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should run Thrill of the Crime then. That'd be kind of fun. But then I don't actually get... I mean, I'm not running Mug anyway, but then I don't get my stolen ability. And I kind of like the stolen ability. Mind you, on that note, if I want the stolen abilities and I'm stealing anyway, maybe I will just... I'll run for Thrill of the Crime. A targeted Thrill of the Crime. We'll do it. That sounds fine to me. Flag says, let's do it in 1 week, as some of the entries are updated slower than others, and it's just easier to advertise from Sunday till Monday and just a day. Okay, yeah, so if you guys look on the bottom left of the stream right now, can you see it says 1,208 ectos? I think that's what it says, 209 maybe? We're giving those away. One of you in chat, someone is going to win those. You don't have to be live present when we do the giveaway. But it's a lottery we run. It's a lottery we run. And so essentially, if you type !lottery, there you go. It's Nightbot's already posting it. You click that link, it will give you the rules to enter it. It's really simple to enter. You just send someone a mail in-game. You can buy a certain number of tickets. It basically works like a raffle. And the more people that join, the more ectos that goes up to. We've had it go up to like 10,000. Yeah. There's not just one winner. There's going to be multiple winners. And, you know, if you feel a little bit even remotely lucky, you can enter it right here, right now. And we'll do the giveaway in about a week. And if you win, then you don't have to do anything. You'll just log in one day on Guild Wars. And you'll have a mail waiting for you with a ton of money in it. Because you will have won the lottery. We'll be doing a live giveaway, but if you're not there, it's fine. You'll get your prize nonetheless. It's a bit like, you know, when you're drunk and you buy something on Amazon and then sober you later gets it. And it's like, oh, this is really nice. So yeah, if you're feeling lucky, if you want to join in with that, do feel free to join our lottery. I have not talked about it at all, really, for the past, like, month on streams. So, yeah, the giveaway will be pretty soon. And the more that join, yes, it lowers your odds a little bit if you only, like, buy one little ticket. But the higher the prize pool goes. So, if you're already in, then you've got a pretty good chance of winning right now. But, yeah, it's up to you guys. And that's basically what's going on there. It's got nothing to do with the video competition, Davey. Both are being ran at the same time. If multiple people submit for the new rule graphics, I guess you choose your favorite. I'll just give everyone the 400 gems. Because I can only assume maybe 1 or 2 people would want to do it. And I've got lots of gems backed up. So if you're even remotely interested, just go for it, and I'll find a way. I'll find a way to use like the different sets or whatever, I guess. If I start officially doing more bounties, I'll have to find a way to sort of resolve that. But yeah. Okay, we're doing the order reps now. So far, so good on the thief. There's such a huge unmountable area of the game there. What is up with that? Yeah, so Flag says there that the lottery's just mostly him, and the video competition is me. They're very different things. Dark says if you ever want to get back into PO, I would love to, but again, there's a very specific person I'd want to play it with, and if they're not into it, I'm not going to be doing it. But I really appreciate that offer, man. Alright, so we get to pick an order now, by the way. We get lots of quick fire story choices. I'm guessing, I don't know, just maybe, slight little chance, perhaps, there might be the decision to have an ambush or a direct assault. I don't know. But there might be a choice to have an ambush or a direct assault. Just a hunch. So we'll see how that looks. And then we pick an order. How does not having Heart of Thorns impact gameplay today? What would I miss for not having it? Not much. Gliding. And just a couple of small things, really. Actually, one of my ideas, one of my goals, one of the things I'd like to do is have a Path of Fire only account and play through. What I want to do, when I start talking about story and stuff on the channel, on Twitch, what I'd like to do is some story playthroughs of the POF stuff, like Let's Plays essentially, but live format. And at that point, I'd like to do it on a POF only account. Okay, so who have we got here? Scholar Prot or Crusader Thurkill? I don't like to admit it, but we've had trouble with the dredge. I have a unit. We could use your help. Or do we want to... Scholar Clef's house, rare books and old tomes. There's nothing specifically dredge related there. Will you come with me to make sure it's safe? So defend the house with the tomes, or meet up with the vigil. I mean, this isn't really a choice. It's just who do you want? Vigil or Priory? First person, 77. Isn't your Zero to Hero PvP hero a Path of Fire only account? It is indeed, Dark, yeah, and I'll probably reuse it. Priory, 77. Splendid. Okay, lots more armor. There's the invisible bag, which I'll immediately put at the bottom. Alright, what else we got here? Jesus, that's it's a bit of a walk now. Can we get through the door? Nope. We do have a bit of a walk. So buckle up. Buckaroos. Since Balthazar himself was a main plot in the story recently, has your opinion about us getting the Apodon Fractal changed at all? No, not really. Why would Balthazar having been... I don't think any of my discussions... Oh, no, some of them have been. Why am I misclicking that? That's kind of weird. I think it's because I don't have an elite, but I see this and it's sort of messing my brain up a bit. On the note that, oh, I don't want to see the gods because I think they'd ruin it. It's epic and, you know, I've got this beautiful idea of what it is in my mind, and to actually see it created, it would sort of take it away kind of thing. They could never do it as good as I imagine it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and now Balthazar's in the game, so you're saying, you know, that, well, that ship's already sailed. If that's what your discussion is there, I get what you're saying. But from the other argument that I've made in the past, that it's like, they're not... Why would they make... The decision was this or this. People chose the Thormanova reactor. That's it. There you go. It's done. From that angle, I still sort of have the same feeling and mind. Oh, yeah, we can't Kodan ride it anyway. I don't know why I keep thinking about doing that. So, yeah, I don't think my opinion's really changed too much. That no mount and no glide areas to block entering Ayre's homestead. But why not put an invisible wall around a homestead stretching into the sky like they did at Divinity's Reach, which was a similar experience for the Salma district? You know? Part of you misses the self-contained campaign idea from Guild Wars 1. Yeah, like, I kind of miss it too, and I'll tell you why. If they released a new campaign for Guild Wars 2, not an expansion, a new campaign. If Cantha was a new campaign, and it was essential... So, I'll go back for anyone who doesn't know, right? In this game, in the original, in GW1, the idea wasn't to have expansions and stuff, like Heart of Thorns that, you know, other MMOs would raise the level cap and stuff. The game would still get bigger, like an expansion would do. The game would still add new skills, and the game would add new classes, and it would do all of that stuff. But the idea was, it was telling an entirely new, different story in a different area of the world. So, like, the original game was called Prophecies, and it took place on a certain continent. But then their next boxed release was called Factions. And it was just a completely self-contained, separate game, essentially, on a different continent, featuring different characters, and so on. And it had new skills and stuff, but some of the skills that were in the Canthan story were essentially the same thing as old skills. They were the same as their counterparts. They just were, like, doubled up. And so, when you made a new character, your character started in that new area. The idea was, it wasn't an expansion. You didn't need the original Prophecies game to play the Canthan one. You could just buy one or the other. They were totally separate. But if you owned both, you could explore both with a single toon. So there were perks for owning both, but they were basically separate games. Now, if you think about that for Guild Wars 2, campaigns, not expansions. You know all this stuff I'm going on about, wanting a really good sort of leveling experience, a really good RPG, and I want these leveling kind of experiences and what it feels like to make a new character and the story choices and stuff and remake. If you actually think about it, if they made a new campaign for Guild Wars 2, wouldn't that give me what I want? Sure, the subject material would be different. It wouldn't be about the Pact fighting against Zaitan and stuff. And that would be lamentable to some extent, that we'd never have that truly brilliant depiction of that. But they could add a new camp. Yeah, so they could do the gameplay justice, though. Do you get what I mean? So it's kind of funny, actually. Guild Wars 2, the idea of a campaign for Guild Wars 2, I'd actually be on board with it now. In a weird way, it would make me a bit sad because Guild Wars 2 was all about not doing the campaigns. Campaigns weren't sustainable. Campaigns were annoying to keep having to make new tutorial areas all the time. Blah, 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 blah. But the ironic thing is Guild Wars 2 doesn't really have any tutorials to speak of at all that are any good. So that's still sort of a thorn in their side, I suppose. But yeah, you know, I'd be down for that. I really would. If GW3 was announced, it's not about Elder Dragons, who would the main adversary be? I think they'd probably make it a totally new character, and I think they'd be right to make it a totally new character, because I don't think people should feel they have to be invested in previous products from 5-10 years ago to understand what's going on. I think that's just a barrier to entry. I won't do it because of spoilers or whatever, but if anyone's played Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, the way they handle a recurring antagonist in that game and how they sort of rise to prominence and stuff is beautiful. And I'd love Guild Wars to do something similar to that. The character I'm speaking of, well, I won't even say that much. But yeah, so I think that's really, really good the way that they did, Larian handled that. And I think ArenaNet could learn a thing or two. So we are on quick pockets now. We're doing like no damage. What? Oh, I think he was just obstructed. I think he was just obstructed. We're okay. Benji says, I want to try both those games because of your streams. Well, they're not really like Guild Wars, for what it's worth, so you might hate them. If you don't like top-down ARPGs, or not even ARPGs, actually. But if you don't like that sort of point-and-click, top-downy kind of experience, neither of them really translate very well. Not that similar to Guild Wars, really. Aside from being RPGs. The first time you played Guild Wars 1, I had a really hard time because I started in factions as a ritualist and just got destroyed. I later discovered people generally don't recommend that. Yeah, I think, though, that that's not a problem with the campaign formula. I think that's a problem with how quickly they were trying to put campaign products out and a few other things. I had something very similar, not with ritualist, though. I had it with Assassin, which was a new class, but it was so difficult. The devs, basically, if people don't know, Guild Wars 1 had one frontlining class. That's it. It had 6 classes. Only one of them was really a great frontliner in a sort of a pure sense. That was the warrior, right? So then when they added their first new campaign, they added 2 new professions. One of them was the assassin, who was a new frontliner. Oh, it's pretty exciting. Except the idea of him is he's a squishy frontliner. And so he's kind of a high skill cap, difficult thing to play in that sense. And sort of what you intuit is the way to play him, is to sort of go into these incredibly deadly scenarios. And at the same time as them adding that, they also, hilariously, added the main enemies of the entire campaign are creatures that explode with massive point-blank area of effect damage in your face when they die. So, like, they added this character to the game, this class to the game, that is completely countered by the core experience of the game because of putrid death explosion. It was just ridiculous. I really struggled in factions on my assassin. I mean, I really struggled. I look back at it quite fondly now, doing all those secondary quests to level as much as possible and get as much armor as possible to actually be able to get through it. But it was hard at the time, definitely. The Zendaijan mission, I got really stuck on. After X-Pac 3, do you think it would be more beneficial for ArenaNet to make X-Pac 4 and 5 and so on, or making Guild Wars 3? I don't know whether they should ever make a Guild Wars 3. Sorry, it seems like these might be instant respawns. I feel like I've got no damage on this instance. What is this? Okay, projectiles hurting a bit here. Oh my god. How did that get cancel cast? What the hell? Oh. They are shooting me. Best chance is that they'll retarget here. Sonic Blast. 793, 820. Obviously, it's not a projectile. Obviously, they can't be blinded. You remember earlier when I said I was scared of a disaggregator because of those sonic waves? Well, that's what killed me there. Overconfidence. I should have just slowly cleared my way through, but what a slow, boring fucking mission that was. How little damage were we doing there, honestly? Nothing. For ages. Just stupid, tiny little peanut pea shooter hits for ages and ages and ages. So I pushed up. The idea was to kill the machines quicker. And he absolutely slapped it all over me. So that one ability did 1,600 damage to me. And I only have 2.6k health. There it is again. I don't know why I got hit twice last time, because he only hit me once that time. Also applied a bit of vulnerability, I guess. Now, these auto attacks were being disabled by the smoke screen. But I guess I felt too safe. Because the shockwaves can go through. Like, look, if that happened again, I'd be dead already. Let's see. Use the ability, man. There it is. It's coming. Why did I get hit twice? Because both of them, I guess? Downstate damage is really bad on Thief as well. If we run Deadly Arts, I think we can get poison on our eyes, but yeah. Sadly, we just broken the cannon as well, so we could have rallied on that cannon, but it had just been broken. Oh, that's annoying. That is really annoying. And the sad thing is, by the way, we had just... Oh, no. Yeah, we had just, literally, we had 9 points. We just earned our elite. In fact, we had a load of other elites because of the Norn transforms, which I forgot about. Not that I would have used them. We could have had the Misfire Wolf. But we just got our Thieves Guild. And the Triple Thieves would have been really nice. They could have afforded us a rally or something. And I didn't do it. I didn't buy it. Well, there you go. I think the no waypoint roll was a bit boring and slowed the whole thing down for absolutely no reason. So I think I'll ignore that next time. But there you go. Thick but dangerous is dead. Yeah, all right. I've got a key. I'll use the key. You can use it though because the story's level 30. Well... That's sort of I can see the logic behind you saying that, but it's not something that I've actually adhered to in any of these runs. You're saying because it's a level 31 slot and the mission is level 30. That's a nice logical way of thinking of it, though. Maybe that should be the way it's done. Yeah, it is permadeath. I'm dead. The run's over. The run is over. I was just looking and seeing and sort of getting a feel for those animations and what killed me. Yeah, again, this is like how the Engie died. It's just getting distracted and then randomly dying to something stupid. Getting bored, it's going too slow or whatever. And then just doing something vaguely dumb. Getting engrossed in some random nonsense conversation with chat. And then all of a sudden I'm dead. That's how most characters seem to die, it seems. Should have used short bow. Are you still going on about it? Did you vote short bow and you're salty that we're not using it? Wait, what? Sorry? Here we go. Revive Orb, TP to a friend. Evan Nashblade gives us... Wow, an Imperial Star? Hype! Last year's fruitcake, ooh. But damn, I'm alright with that Imperial Star. That's not too bad. These won't deposit because of the invisible bag. That might not sell as junk because of the invisible bag. Yeah, I don't know. You 100% blame chat. What was I can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, no, not that. I need someone that I can just sell to. I mean, to be fair with the short bow comment, I was trying to kite away, wasn't I? So with short bow, I could have weapon swapped and then gotten further out. Oh, no, but I was downstate. It was the downstate 2 that I used to get away, wasn't it? I don't know, actually. We earned quite a lot of money from those keys. More bags of loot that I could throw in the bank before deleting the toon. But there you go, guys. Yeah, I'll go back to using waypoints on the next run, I think. I will go back to using waypoints. Because that didn't add anything. We would have been here like half an hour ago if I'd just been using waypoints. What was the point in me walking all the way like that? It's just annoying. It's just frustrating. There's no point in it. But yeah. So anyway, a nice stream. Thanks very much for hanging out. Thanks for watching a bit of Merciless. We'll see what we're doing next weekend. With any luck, I'll have the competition judging done, and then we will maybe even start looking into doing the POF story and stuff. And we can look at that. And maybe that POF 0-0 thing can be what we do. I don't know. Yeah, with mounts, no waypoints is silly. Well, the idea is that the mounts would mean that it's not too crazy of a rule because the mounts make it so it's just sort of a bit more scenic or whatever, but yeah. How do I contact you with a prototype image? You could tweet me. You can message me on Discord, though I've got a lot of messages on Discord I need to respond to. You could send me a Reddit PM. And thanks, by the way, if you are doing that. That's very cool. But yeah, so thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great evening, and I'll see you next time.